को प्रोत्साहित करने के लिए सरकार ने इस बजट में 3,000 करोड़ रुपए का प्रावधान किया है। आने वाले कुछ महीनों में केंद्र और राज्य सरकार की करीब करीब 3 लाख गाड़ियों को स्क्रैप किया जाना है। ये गाड़ियां 15 साल से ज्यादा पुरानी हो चुकी हैं। इनमें पुलिस जिन व्हीकल्स का उपयोग करती है वो गाड़ियां हैं। खास करके हमारे हॉस्पिटल्स में जो एम्बुलेंस हैं, हमारे पब्लिक ट्रांसपोर्ट के जो बसेस हैं, व्हीकल स्क्रैपिंग आप सभी के लिए बहुत बड़ा मार्केट बनने जा रहा है। ये रीयूज, रिसाइकल और रिकवरी के सिद्धांत पर चलते हुए हमारी सर्कुलर इकोनॉमी को भी नई ताकत देगा। मैं भारत के नौजवानों को, हमारे स्टार्टअप्स को सर्कुलर इकोनॉमी के विभिन्न माध्यमों से जुड़ने का भी आग्रह करूंगा। फ्रेंड्स, भारत को अगले 6-7 साल में अपनी बैटरी स्टोरेज कैपेसिटी को बढ़ाकर 125 गीगावाट आवर्स करना है। ये लक्ष्य जितना बड़ा है उतना ही आपके लिए इसमें नई संभावनाएं बन रही है। इसे हासिल करने के लिए लाखों करोड़ रुपए के निवेश की आवश्यकता है। बैटरी डेवलपर्स को सपोर्ट करने के लिए सरकार ने इस बजट में वायबिलिटी गैप फंडिंग स्कीम की भी घोषणा की है। फ्रेंड्स, भारत में वाटर बेस्ड ट्रांसपोर्ट एक बहुत बड़ा सेक्टर है जिसमें आने वाले दिनों में बहुत तेजी आने वाली है। आज भारत अपने कोस्टल रूट के जरिए सिर्फ 5% कार्गो का ट्रांसपोर्ट करता है। इसी तरह इनलैंड वाटरवेज के जरिए सिर्फ 2% कार्गो भारत में ट्रांसपोर्ट होता है। जिस तरह भारत में वाटरवेज का निर्माण हो रहा है, उसमें इस क्षेत्र में आप सभी के लिए बहुत सारी अपॉर्चुनिटीज बन रही है। साथियों, भारत ग्रीन एनर्जी से जुड़ी टेक्नोलॉजी में दुनिया में लीड ले सकता है। ये भारत में ग्रीन जॉब्स को बढ़ाने के साथ ही ग्लोबल गुड में भी बहुत मदद करेगा। ये बजट आपके लिए एक अवसर तो है ही, इसमें आपके भविष्य की सुरक्षा गारंटी भी समाहित है। बजट के हर प्रावधान को अमल में लाने के लिए हमें तेजी से काम करना है, मिलकर के काम करना है। आप सभी आज के इस वेबिनार में बहुत गंभीरता से चर्चाएं करेंगे। ये बजट पर की चर्चा बजट में क्या होना चाहिए था, क्या नहीं होना चाहिए था, इसके संदर्भ में नहीं है। अब बजट आ चुका है, संसद में ऑलरेडी पेश हो चुका है। अब हम सब ने मिलकर के, सरकार ने और देशवासियों ने मिलकर के इस बजट की एक एक चीज को बहुत ही अच्छे तरीके से कैसे लागू करें, नए नए इनोवेशंस कैसे करें, देश में ग्रीन ग्रोथ को हम कैसे सुनिश्चित करें। आपकी टीम इसके लिए आगे आए। सरकार कंधे से कंधा मिलाकर के आपके साथ चलने के लिए तैयार है। मैं फिर एक बार इस वेबिनार के लिए समय निकालने के लिए आप सभी निवेशकों का, स्टार्टअप वर्ल्ड के जवानों का, एग्रीकल्चर फील्ड के लोगों का, एक्सपर्ट्स का, एकेडमिशियंस का हृदय से बहुत बहुत स्वागत करता हूं और इस वेबिनार की सफलता के लिए अनेक अनेक शुभकामनाएं देता हूं। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद।
In other news that we're tracking, Aam Aadmi Party and the BJP's councillors push and shove each other, throw apples and papers in the Civic House.
Showing you the visuals from the Mahapanchayat which has been called in the Hathin, and this very district falls under the Noor, the Mewar district. Clearly see the visuals, and not only BHP but other right-wing group members, villagers, all are joining this Mahapanchayat. Huge gathering could be seen of people who are supporting and backing the accused who have been named by the Rajasthan police in the FIR of the Bhavani killing.
Announcement has been done, and there you can see the sloganing Zindabad Zindabad slogans which has been raised inside the house. And Shelly Oberoi, I can see Shelly Oberoi there, she's showing the victory sign again. I can see clearly the victory sign which is being shown by Atishi and Shelly Oberoi.
Showing you the visuals from the Mahapanchayat which has been called in the Hathin, and this very district falls under the Noor, the Mewar district. Clearly see the visuals, and not only BHP but other right-wing group members, villagers, all are joining this Mahapanchayat. Huge gathering could be seen of people who are supporting and backing the accused who have been named by the Rajasthan police in the FIR of the Bhavani killing.
Announcement has been done, and there you can see the sloganing Zindabad Zindabad slogans which has been raised inside the house. And Shelly Oberoi, I can see Shelly Oberoi there, she's showing the victory sign again. I can see clearly the victory sign which is being shown by Atishi and
Hello and welcome. You're watching Live and Breaking, and I'm Rukma with you. And let's get you first all the latest updates on the showdown that Delhiites have been witnessing of their elected councillors in the Civic House, that's the MCD House, since yesterday amid heavy sloganeering by councillors. The proceedings of the Municipal Corporation of Delhi were adjourned for yet another time as chaos and sloganeering still continued inside the Civic Centre. Let me tell our viewers that this began yesterday from 11 a.m. itself, when the House sat for the process of electing the Mayor, Deputy Mayor and 6 members of the Standing Committee. It continued till the early hours this morning, till just a short while back. Now the latest update is that the House has been adjourned till 10 a.m. tomorrow.
आप ही का प्रपोजल था कि पेन भी नहीं जाएंगे, तो एक ही दिन में 2 स्टैंडर्ड कैसे हो जाएंगे?
आगे आप क्या किस तरह से देखते हैं? कल भी जो यहाँ उसकी बैठक होने वाली है, क्या आपको लगता है कल चुनाव हो जाएंगे?
देखिए, 1 नंबर से वोटिंग हो, 1 से लेकर 250 लोग सदन में उपस्थित होने चाहिए। बाकी जो उनके मैनेजर पीछे बैठ के आतिशी जी और जो दुर्गेश जी जिस तरह से उनको उकसाते हैं, वो लोग कल नहीं होने चाहिए। 1 से लेकर 250 तक जो चुने हुए प्रत्याशी हैं, चुने हुए हमारे जो पार्षद है, उन्हीं की वोटिंग होनी है। 1 से 250 कल वोटिंग करें, 1 नंबर से करें, शांति से करें और होना चाहिए कल।
लेकिन इस तरह की जो तस्वीरें आना, कहीं ना कहीं आप मानते हैं कि देश जो है शर्मसार हुआ? इस तरह की जो हाथापाई करना, पोडियम फेंक देना, बैलेट पेपर तोड़ देना, रात भर इस तरह की चीजें होना, कहीं ना कहीं ये शर्मनाक तस्वीरें हैं, आप मानती हैं कि नहीं?
पिछले 5 साल भी आपने जरूर एमसीडी को कवर किया होगा, आपके किसी साथी ने किया होगा। 15 मेयर देखे हैं बीजेपी के, कहीं एक भी उदाहरण आपको देखने को मिला? नहीं मिला। जबकि ये लोग 17-18 थे, तो भी बहुत रिस्पेक्टफुल, बहुत तरीके से इनको जगह दी जाती थी। आज जो हमारे साथ हो रहा है, हम तो हैरान हैं कि ऐसा कैसे हो सकता है। तो जो आपकी हैरानी है, जो देश की हैरानी है, वही हैरानी हमारी भी है कि राजधानी को क्या बनाना चाहते हैं। अराजकता की एक तस्वीर जो पेश कर रहे हैं, वरना क्या दिक्कत थी 1 से लेकर वोटिंग शुरू करने में, जबकि आपने खुद ही माना कि मोबाइल में अलाउड नहीं करूंगी। तो दिक्कत क्या थी? तो ये तो उनसे पूछना पड़ेगा ना कि आप क्या तस्वीर दिल्ली में की पेश करना चाहते हैं।
6 हैं कैंडिडेट्स का, आपको क्या लगता है कि कितने जीत सकते हैं, और आप बीजेपी कितनी जीत सकती है?
देखिए, 7 कैंडिडेट हैं।
जी
7 कैंडिडेट हैं, और हमने 3 नॉमिनेशन किया और हम तीनों कैंडिडेट अपने जीत कर आएंगे।
तीनों जीतेंगे जी। लड़ाई किस चीज को लेकर है?
कल तो कोई लड़ाई थी ही नहीं। क्योंकि उन्हें भी पता होना चाहिए हमारी है। वही तो बात है ना कि समझ में ही नहीं आया कि भाई लड़ाई किस बात की थी। आप एक नंबर से कराते और सामने वोट पड़ रही है, भाई कोई पीछे थोड़ी ना पड़ रही है, तो आप सामने आप वोट डलवा रहे हैं, तो आप क्यों ऐसा कर रहे हैं? तो कहीं ना कहीं शायद उनको कोई खतरा होगा।
आखिरी प्रश्न, रेखा गुप्ता जी के ऊपर आरोप लगाया कि उन्होंने पोडियम को फेंका, अमित नागपाल पे आरोप लगाया कि उन्होंने बैलेट पेपर फाड़े, क्या ऐसा हुआ था?
हम जब भी आ रही थी मेयर मैडम सदन में, अपना हैंड माइक लेकर आ रही थी, साथ में उसी से बोल रही थी। हम सबके माइक बंद थे, 250 आदमियों के माइक बंद है, अकेली वही बोल रही थी। हम बार बार रिक्वेस्ट कर रहे थे हमें भी बोलने दिया जाए, हमें भी बोलना दिया जाए, आप अपना ही माइक दे दो, हमें बोलने का मौका नहीं दिया। एक बार भी हमारे माइक को ऑन नहीं किया गया, विपक्ष की आवाज को दबाया गया। रेखा जी ने उस माइक को वहां से लेने की कोशिश करी कि भाई हम इस माइक पे बोलेंगे जो उनके पास रखा था, लेकिन उनके लोगों ने रोका। तो उस बीच में कुछ हो गया होगा, जो भी एग्रेसिवनेस आया होगा, वरना हमारा कोई ऐसा इरादा नहीं था। लेकिन हमें भी तो, आप मेरा गला देख पा रहे हैं शायद कि हमारी क्या हालत है। आप हम में से किसी का भी देखेंगे तो हमारी हालत ही है, क्योंकि हमारी आवाज सुनी नहीं गई। वो अपना हैंड माइक से बोलती नहीं और अपना माइक साथ लेके चली जाती थी। ऐसा तो पहली बार हुआ है कि सबके माइक बंद कर दिए गए, 250 माइक बंद है। और आले जी जो उनके डिप्टी मेयर हैं, वो 2 मिनट के लिए बोले तो उनका माइक ऑन हो गया, जबकि हमारा माइक ऑन नहीं हुआ। तो क्या करें हम? वहां पे उस माइक को लेने की कोशिश भी ना करें कि हमें भी बोलने दिया जाए, रिकॉर्ड पे हमारी बातें भी आनी चाहिए, और उसी बीच में वो हमसे मारपीट करते हैं।
मैं समझ सकता हूँ आप रात भर जगी हैं, गला भी आपका खराब है। एक आखिर पे एक और प्रश्न मैं लूंगा। एक आरोप जो आज सीधे सीधे बीजेपी के ऊपर आम आदमी पार्टी की तरफ से लगाया जा रहा है कि वो खरीद फरोख्त की राजनीति में आप लोग संलिप्त है, यानी कि कुछ काउंसलर्स जिन्होंने वोट किया बीजेपी के पक्ष में, ये कहा जा रहा है सीधे सीधा कि उनको आपने पैसे दिए, खरीदा कि वोट किया जाए। क्या ऐसा हुआ?
हमारे 9 पार्षदों ने प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस करके आप सबके सामने बताया कि उन्हें किस किसने कांटेक्ट किया। उनके लोग बता दें, उन्हें किसी पे शक है वो बता दें। देखिए, ये कहना बड़ा आसान है और वो इस कहकर बच नहीं सकते हैं, ठीक है। हमें जो भी हमने अपनी कार्रवाई की है सदन में निष्पक्ष तरीके से की है, और कल भी हम चाहते हैं कि 250 लोगों की 1 से 250 वोट कराई जानी चाहिए। दिल्ली को जो भी प्रक्रिया चुनाव की आगे बढ़ के फंड मिलने चाहिए, पार्षदों का काम होना चाहिए।
So now BJP Standing Committee candidate Kamalji Sarawat, while speaking to Republic TV, is now of the fact that elections should take place as soon as possible, and that should happen in a fair manner. With Anil, I'm Piyush Mishra in Delhi for Republic TV.
Announcement has been done, and there you can see the sloganeering Zindabad Zindabad slogans which have been raised inside the house. And Shelley Oberoi, I can see Shelley Oberoi there, she's showing the victory sign again. I can see clearly the victory sign which is being shown by Atishi and Shelley Oberoi.
Showing you the visuals from the Mahapanchayat which has been called in the Hatheen, and this very district falls under the Noor, the Mewar district. Clearly see the visuals, and not only VHP but other right-wing group members, villagers, all are joining this Mahapanchayat. Huge gathering could be seen of people who are supporting and backing the accused who have been named by the Rajasthan police in the FIR of the Bhavani killing.
Announcement has been done, and there you can see the sloganeering Zindabad Zindabad slogans which have been raised inside the house. And Shelley Oberoi, I can see Shelley Oberoi there, she's showing the victory sign again. I can see clearly the victory sign which is being shown by Atishi and Shelley Oberoi.
Showing you the visuals from the Mahapanchayat which has been called in the Hatheen, and this very district falls under the Noor, the Mewar district. Clearly see the visuals, and not only VHP but other right-wing group members, villagers, all are joining this Mahapanchayat. Huge gathering could be seen of people who are supporting and backing the accused who have been named by the Rajasthan police in the FIR of the Bhavani killing.
Announcement has been done, and there you can see the sloganeering Zindabad Zindabad slogans which have been raised inside the house. And Shelley Oberoi, I can see Shelley Oberoi there, she's showing the victory sign again. I can see clearly the victory sign which is being shown by Atishi and Shelley Oberoi.
Showing you you the visuals from the Mahapanchayat Jasmine Call in the Hathin, and this very district falls under the Noor, the Mewar district. Clearly see the visuals, and not only VHP but other right-wing group members, villagers, all are joining this Mahapanchayat. Huge gathering could be seen of people who are supporting and backing the accused who have been named by the Rajasthan police in the FIR of the Bhavani killing.
The announcement had been done, and there you can see the sloganing Zindabad Zindabad slogans which have been raised inside the house. And Shelly Oberoi, I can see Shelly Oberoi there, she's showing the victory sign again. I can see clearly the victory sign which is being shown by Atishi and Shelly Oberoi.
Showing you the visuals from the Mahapanchayat Jasmine Call in the Hathin, and this very district falls under the Noor, the Mewar district. Clearly see the visuals, and not only VHP but other right-wing group members, villagers, all are joining this Mahapanchayat. Huge gathering could be seen of people who are supporting and backing the accused who have been named by the Rajasthan police in the FIR of the Bhavani killing.
The announcement had been done, and there you can see the sloganing Zindabad Zindabad slogans which have been raised inside the house. And Shelly Oberoi, I can see Shelly Oberoi there, she's showing the victory sign again. I can see clearly the victory sign which is being shown by Atishi and Shelly Oberoi.
Showing you the visuals from the Mahapanchayat Jasmine Call in the Hathin, and this very district falls under the Noor, the Mewar district. Clearly see the visuals, and not only VHP but other right-wing group members, villagers, all are joining this Mahapanchayat.
And breaking news coming in from Tamil Nadu, the Supreme Court, from the Supreme Court rather, to pronounce its judgment on a batch of petitions relating to the tussle between the two factions led by EPS and OPS, that's Opanneerselvam. And over the leadership of the AIADMK, both factions have claimed their rights to the Two Leaves Party symbol ahead of the by-election to the Erode East Assembly seat on the 27th of February. For more details on the expectations that both factions have on the batch of petitions that the SC is to pronounce judgment on, we go across to my colleague Varshini, who's joining us. Varshini, it's over to you to take our viewers through the context of this all-important and crucial hearing in the Supreme Court.
Very crucial hearing, like you mentioned, because this issue has been going on for over 10 months, almost 10 months now, that the leadership tussle between both former chief ministers of Tamil Nadu, Edappadi K. Palaniswamy and O. Pannirselvam, has now reached a point where this could be the D-Day for either of them. And in more likely about the scenario that is prevailing in the state, we could say that this could be a big, turning point for this entire tussle that has been going on. And if we take a look at what all happened in the past, we saw that there was a single leadership demand that suddenly grew in the party, and OPS was being sidelined. And in the June 23 General Council that initially happened in 2022, last year, OPS was even expelled from the party, and a lot of new bylaws were brought in, a lot of new resolutions were brought in, for which OPS first moved to the judiciary, asking them to cancel all these resolutions. And from there on, it was a really huge tussle that grew multi-folds. And we saw how EPS also appealed against all the High Court orders, and the case was in the High Court for a very long time, after which the court verdict was in favor of Edappadi K. Palaniswamy for the July 11 General Council that happened for the second time. And in the July 11 General Council, Edappadi K. Palaniswamy was even made the interim General Secretary of the party, and that exactly is the post that the fight is ongoing for. And now if we see this July 11 General Council and the bylaws that was pronounced, and the resolutions that were made, and the changes that were brought into the party, was the biggest question if that is going to be taken up in the Election Commission of India or not.
Right. When there are a number of statements related to this particular case, Varshini, that we need you to explain to us, because the Election Commission of India has also looked into this matter, and at the beginning of this month, the Election Commission of India, in an affidavit, had said that the bylaws dated last July that you were just mentioning were not taken on record. Also, the expulsion that happened in that General Council meeting that was so highlighted everywhere, there's no record of that. What happens in such a scenario is well, if you could take us through that.
Well, definitely, yes, Rukma. If you see, when the bylaws are not, the amended bylaws are not being taken into account by the Election Commission of India, which means the previous scenario which existed before July 11 General Council would be considered by the Election Commission of India, and therefore it will be putting up a scenario where EPS and OPS together will be having the dual leadership in the party. But right now, if you see, this Election Commission taking up the July 11 General Council and the amended bylaws from there will mean that the single leadership is moved to Edappadi K. Palaniswamy. Edappadi K. Palaniswamy will be the interim general secretary, and with the follow-up election, internal election, he could be the permanent general secretary for the next term that the party bylaws gives him power for. Therefore, now this interim order that was given will have to be decided by the Supreme Court, and this could change the entire scenario for EPS and OPS, and this could change the party's leadership on the whole, because this dual leadership was also decided upon a General Council meeting that happened 4-5 years ago after the demise of the former Chief Minister J. Jayalalitha. And now there's another General Council that has happened, and according to bylaws, if everything falls into place, then again the party moves back to single leadership, while it was during the period of J. Jayalalitha and MGR. Therefore, Edappadi K. Palaniswamy will be taking over the entire control of the AIADMK party single-handedly, which he was trying to make sure happens for all these months. And that is how the party will be moving forward to. And now the party will be having single leadership, and he will be called the General Secretary rather than this coordinator and co-coordinator post that was created for the convenience in the meanwhile will be entirely cancelled, and Edappadi K. Palaniswamy will have the sole leadership of the party, single leadership, for which the majority of the party men who are in his faction were also demanding for.
Well, Varshini, many thanks for taking us through that. So it's D-Day, as my colleague Varshini just mentioned, reporting from the ground there in Chennai. Well, before I let you go, Varshini, I'd also like to ask you, it's the all-important Erode Assembly election. So are both the factions waiting for that judgment of the Supreme Court, or have preparations already started for the Assembly elections? And how are they going about it, the AIADMK? Varshini, if you can hear me.
Yes, Rukma. Yes, tell me.
Right. Well, when we talk about the two factions, how are they going about as far as preparations for elections or other matters are concerned, or is there a stalemate on that?
Well, Rukma, if you see the Erode bipole elections that is about to happen in the end of this week is the very crucial election that in both the ruling government and the opposition party is looking forward to, because this is going to be a test before the upcoming parliament elections in 2024. And if you see, this particular Erode bipole has been extremely taken care of, and so much effort are being put in by both the ruling party and the opposition party, along with the BJP and the Congress in the state, to make sure that they are able to hold their place.
Right.
And that
joining,
is exactly
Varshini, joining us now is Ridhim Bharadwaj, our legal expert. Ridhim, it's over to you to take our viewers through the significance of this hearing. Varshini has said it's D-Day for the factions, whatever the Supreme Court will decide, but we'd like you to break it down for us in layman's terms.
Absolutely, it's a setback to O. Panniraswalam in the cases related to the AIADMK leadership row. Today, the Supreme Court affirmed the order of the Madras High Court Division Bench. What is the order is very simple. It allowed EPS, Edapi Palaniswamy, to continue as the interim general secretary of the party. As the court has said this, they also clarified this is only an interim order. It is not going to have any bearing on the basis of the case that is pending before the High Court in relation to the disputes on the AIADMK leadership that is between OPS and EPS. Now, the court also had earlier, remember, the Madras High Court had dismissed the petitions filed by OPS, which had earlier stated that there should be status quo maintained concerning the AIADMK leadership as it existed before the election of EPS as the interim general secretary. The single judge had also passed an order. But for the viewers joining in, the crux of the case boils down to a general council meeting of the party that had been held last year. In that meeting, the AIADMK Executive Council had appointed former Chief Minister EPS as the interim general secretary and expelled OPS for anti-party activities. Now, in this case, appearing for OPS, Ranjit Kumar, senior advocate, former Solicitor General of India, senior advocate Guru Krishna Kumar has argued that the single judge order should be restored. For the other side, we saw senior advocate for EPSCS, Vaidyanathan, Arya Sundaram, Mukul Rohatgi, arguing the High Court cannot interfere with the internal decisions of a political party. But today, as I'm just telling you, an order passed by the Supreme Court on the two factions in the AIADMK leadership, APS and OPS, in which the court has for now upheld the order. EPS will continue to be the interim general secretary of the party and set back to OPS in the cases that are related to the AIADMK leadership now.
Well, so it's a big setback for OPS in the top court. And when we talk about rhythm, when we talk about, what the Election Commission has said, the kind that about the filing of an affidavit that has been requested on its part, it has said that there is no record of, how big a difference do such records make? And is it a lapse on the part of the AIADMK that it did not have these kind of records?
Well, absolutely. It's important too. And as the Supreme Court affirms the Madras High Court order, the Supreme Court is very clear when it's giving it out. And, the words of the Supreme Court I'll just read out are that this subject matter of the application seeks a temporary injunction, which is for restoration of reconsideration by this court. Respondents have attempted to justify the resolution, but we have chosen not to deal with these contentions, which means the Supreme Court is not going into the merits of the case. The Supreme Court is only upholding the Madras High Court order so far as this relates to EPS and OPS, the divide in the AIADMK leadership, and they have said in a setback to O. Panniraswalam in the cases related to the row that the Madras High Court order is affirmed and Edapi Palaniswamy will continue as the interim general secretary of the party. This will have an important and immediate bearing on the elections that have to be held in February, and that is the reason why we are seeing this entire thing happening, because there are Erode East Assembly seat elections on the 27th of February, which are going to be crucial. In fact, as we are speaking, let's also go across to AIADMK leader C. Ponniyan, who's joining us on the phone line. Mr. Ponniyan, if you can hear us, this is going to be seen as a setback for one faction of OPS and is also going to be a sort of a victory for EPS.
Hello?
Yes. How are you looking at today's order, sir?
Can I talk? Hello?
Yes, sir. How are you looking at today's victory?
Can I talk?
For
Hello?
EPS? Pardon?
Can I talk now? Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir.
What, madam? Your daughter. Hello? Hello?
And Rhythm there, we're trying to connect with more voices. So Rhythm with me, also Varshini from Chennai, even as a top court in what can be seen to be a major setback for OPS, has given directions in favor of EPS. What does this mean for the party? What does this mean for the Erode Assembly by-polls that are set for the 27th of February? That's what we are discussing here on Republic, but it's a big setback for OPS in the top court. The fight was over the symbol of the two leaves symbol of the AIADMK, and now the court has found right now for the EPS faction, that's Edapadi Palanisamy. It's a big setback to OPS. The Supreme Court affirming the order of the Madras High Court Division Bench, allowing Edapadi Palanisamy EPS to continue as interim General Secretary of the party. So, well, this will definitely create huge ripples in the AIADMK and in the political sphere of Tamil Nadu. But there are quite a few layers as far as this case is concerned, and Rhythm Bharadwaj was breaking those for us. Rhythm, if you are there with me. Well, we are tracking all these latest developments in the EPS versus OPS.
Are dismissed. The High Court judgment of 2nd September is affirmed by the Supreme Court. So therefore, the meeting that was held on 11th July is held to be valid.
Right. So how do you look at the judgment, sir? Because of the tussle which has been going on for a very long time, how do you look at the judgment which has been given?
The judgment puts end to the one aspect of the litigation, that is namely whether the meeting of the General Council was validly called. Will you catch him?
And coming up in other news that we're tracking, AAP claims mayor attacked. BJP says mayor breached voting privacy. Allegations versus counter allegations fly. Also coming up, Russian foreign minister to visit India from March 1st to 3rd will attend G20 foreign ministers meet.
Showing you the visuals from the Mahapanchayat Jasmine Call in the Hathin, and this very district falls under the Noor, the Mewar district. Clearly see the visuals, and not only VHP but other right-wing group members, villagers, all are joining this Mahapanchayat. Huge gathering could be seen of people who are supporting and backing the accused who have been named by the Rajasthan police in the FIR of the Bhavani killing.
Announcement has been done, and there you can see the sloganing Zindabad Zindabad slogans which have been raised inside the house. And Shelly Oberoi, I can see Shelly Oberoi there, she's showing the victory sign again. I can see clearly the victory sign which is being shown by Atishi and Shelly Oberoi.
Showing you the visuals from the Mahapanchayat Jasmine Call in the Hathin, and this very district falls under the Noor, the Mewar district. Clearly see the visuals, and not only VHP but other right-wing group members, villagers, all are joining this Mahapanchayat. Huge gathering could be seen of people who are supporting and backing the accused who have been named by the Rajasthan police in the FIR of the Bhavani killing.
Announcement has been done, and there you can see the sloganing Zindabad Zindabad slogans which have been raised inside the house. And Shelly Oberoi, I can see Shelly Oberoi there, she's showing the victory sign again. I can see clearly the victory sign which is being shown by Atishi and Shelly Oberoi.
Showing you the visuals from the Mahapanchayat Jasmine Call in the Hathin, and this very district falls under the Noor, the Mewar district. Clearly see the visuals, and not only VHP but other right-wing group members, villagers, all are joining this Mahapanchayat. Huge gathering could be seen of people who are supporting and backing the accused who have been named by the Rajasthan police in the FIR of the Bhavani killing.
Announcement has been done, and there you can see the sloganing Zindabad Zindabad slogans which have been raised inside the house. And Shelly Oberoi, I can see Shelly Oberoi there, she's showing the victory sign again. I can see clearly the victory sign which is being shown by Atishi and Shelly Oberoi.
the visuals from the Mahapanchayat Jasmine Call in the Hatheen, and this very district falls under the Noor, the Mewat district. Clearly see the visuals, and not only VHP but other right.
A very good morning. Thanks for tuning in this Thursday morning. We are live and breaking. I'm Samiksha Srivastava. Let's get started with the top headlines we are tracking this Thursday morning. MCD proceedings adjourned for 13th time amidst the ruckus. National capital. Is this what you voted for? Ballot bow and podium thrown. Councillors exchange blows. Ugly scenes play out in the Civic House. Complete chaos at MCD House, but AAP versus BJP blame game continues to rage on. Yet another loyalist dumps. Vadra Congress launches a scathing attack. Top court puts an end to AIADMK leadership debate. EPS to remain interim general secretary. And big green energy push in budget. Prime Minister says move will benefit the generations to come. All right, we start with the news break coming in on the EPS versus OPS battle that's been raging for quite some time. Now, the Supreme Court has finally put an end to the debate, affirming the order of the Madras High Court Division Bench, which allowed EPS to continue as the interim general secretary of the AIADMK. So that's, of course, the big news break coming in this hour. Varshini joining us with that news break. Varshini, if you can take us through the latest, what exactly is happening within the EPS faction and the OPS faction. We understand that celebrations are also happening at the office of the AIADMK at this point.
Definitely, yes, Samiksha. If you see, this is a big win for Edappadi K. Palaniswamy's faction, because this is exactly what the whole issue was about. When it all started with the need for a single leadership in the party, and now with so many months of tussle, so many months of infighting and fighting it out in the High Court and in the Supreme Court, finally Edappadi K. Palaniswamy gets to become the single leader of the AIADMK party. And now if you see, this is going to be a very big setback for OPS, because the Supreme Court has now upheld the Madras High Court verdict of September 2, which means that the July 11 General Council will be valid. And during the July 11 General Council, it was not only Edappadi K. Palaniswamy who became the interim new General Secretary, rather OPS and his supporters were also expelled from the party, which means if this July 11 General Council becomes valid, then OPS is completely terminated from the party, is what we can understand. Therefore, OPS will not be able to claim any kind of power or any kind of attachment to the AIADMK party moving forward. He will be entirely removed, and this is a very big setback. And though they've been fighting it out in the judiciary system for all this while, this particular verdict is going to make sure that Edappadi K. Palaniswamy will be putting out all the July 11 resolutions and amendments to the bylaws that were made, and this will go into the Election Commission of India's authorization. Therefore, this will change the course of the AIADMK party, and Edappadi K. Palaniswamy will be now the single leader of ADMK, and that is what was being fought over all this while. And now, Samiksha, the other important thing to be noted in this also is the two-leaf symbol that both EPS and OPS wanted to claim ownership of. And now with this Supreme Court putting an end to this tussle and giving the July 11 Council validation, this two-leaf symbol will now stay with the EPS faction as well. Therefore, this is an entirely big win for the EPS, what we can conclude from this. All this while there were many issues we saw that that was happening between these two former chief ministers of Tamil Nadu, fighting it out for the leadership of the party. Now all these coordinator, joint coordinator and the other posts that were created for the interim period after the death of former Chief Minister Jayalalitha will all be nullified. It will all get cancelled out, and the only position will be the General Secretary. Though EPS is the interim General Secretary now, very soon they will conduct an internal elections and he will definitely become the General Secretary and for the next full term as it is provided in the bylaws. Therefore, we can see this as a very important day in the history of the party of AIADMK. Somebody who has served only a few years as the chief minister is now becoming the leader of the party, whereas in the past we've seen only MGR and Jayalalitha, who've been the face of the party, holding this general secretary position for a really long time, a period of many years.
Just stay with us, Varshini. Yes. All right, so Varshini, of course, getting us all the latest, and as we speak, celebrations are also taking place at the EPS office, and EPS cadre, they're celebrating. In fact, supporters of EPS holding celebrations there. We can expect changes within the AIADMK in the days to come, as Varshini is pointing out. We're being joined by AIADMK leader Babu Murugavale joining us. Your quick response to Supreme Court upholding the Madras High Court order.
Yeah. Very good morning. We are. There is no word to explain our feelings because for the past several months we are in a very big trouble. There are so many cases are pending before so many various courts. The final decision by the SLP, given by the Supreme Court in favor of an EPS, who is the leader of opposition in Tamil Nadu, who was the former Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu. He finally won the battle. We were in. There is no word to express our feelings. And Mr. OPS filed a case before the Supreme Court against the order passed by the Madras High Court bench order. The same has been set aside. Uphold the order by the Supreme Court. They dismissed all the petitions filed by Mr. OPS. There is no other option. Every option has been exhausted by Mr. OPS. This is the final chance. The same has been ruled over. There is no further option. And after 11/7/2022, we conducted a general body meeting that has been as per bylaw of the AIADMK. There is no deviation. There is no violation in law. The same has been allowed by the Supreme Court. After taking the decision by Mr. Edapadi Palanichami by 11/7, all the actions, deletion and inclusion, everything has been accepted by the Supreme Court. The interim General Secretary appointed by the General Council by Mr. Edapadi Palanichami has been approved by the Supreme Court. And very soon we are going to conduct the inter-party election for General Secretary. That has to be within a month. Definitely, Edapadi Palanichami will conduct the election and become the General Secretary of the party after our leader Amma.
So one last reaction from you. Any message that you would want to give to the EPS faction leaders, and what changes can we really expect within the AIADMK in the days to come?
No, this is a wonderful judgment by the Supreme Court. From the day one, I'm traveling with the case, being an advocate. I'm traveling with the case up to Delhi. I very much confident. Definitely, an EPS will win the battle. Because we have 96% of the General Council and Executive Committee Council's member support, whereas out of 66 MLAs, 62 MLAs in support of an EPS, out of 6 MPs, 4 MPs in support of an EPS. In total, the majority of the MLAs, MPs and General Council members in support of Mr. Edapadi Palanichami. This is the only thing is in very favor of our case. Based on which we placed the arguments before the Supreme Court and we won the battle. Hereafter, definitely, the The AIADMK is a very big, strong opposition party in Tamil Nadu. Definitely, in the year 2024, we are going to win a very big margin in the MP election, as well as 2026. Definitely, we will form the government in the leadership of Edapadi Palanichami.
All right, appreciate you speaking to us. So Murugavil, AIADMK leader, speaking to Republic, saying that they welcome the Supreme Court order. This, of course, has come as a big win for the EPS camp. And as we speak, there are celebrations also taking place at the office of the AIADMK. Varshini, of course, continues to be with us. Varshini, any reaction you've been able to pick up from the OPS faction?
Well, Samiksha, the OPS faction would definitely be very devastated at this point of time with this kind of a verdict coming out from the Supreme Court. And though we are trying to reach out to these leaders and get a word from them about what would be their next course of action regarding this, because this has come as a very big end point to all the issue tussle and the debate that has been going on and on for the past few months in the state of Tamil Nadu. Therefore, we'll have to see. As of now, OPS is being unavailable for a comment. We are trying to reach him, and as soon as we will be able to reach him, we will definitely get a reaction from OPS himself, because this is going to change the entire course of the party's future. And now, considering the fact that Edapadi K. Palanichami will be taking over the single leadership of the party, and now that it has been authorized by the Supreme Court, it will very soon be accepted and authorized by the Election Commission of India as well. Therefore, this is definitely going to be a very big, decision that OPS has to fight against. Therefore, if he will be leaving, now that he has been expelled from the party on July 11th General Council, and that is being upheld by the Supreme Court, we'll have to see what his plans are. If he's going to fight it out, do something else to make sure that he still has a hold in the party, or if he is going to move out of the party, step aside. It's going to be a big decision. Whatever comes from OPS is going to be after being in the party for many years now. This is definitely going to be a big ask from OPS, and that is exactly what we are waiting to hear from him as well.
Varshini, just stay with us while we put out those visuals right now on our screens. Those are the visuals coming in from the AIADMK headquarters in Chennai, where you can see the EPS faction leaders who are seen celebrating after the Supreme Court upheld the interim order of the Madras High Court. And we're given to understand with this order now, EPS has gained full control of the AIADMK, and with this, which has of course come as a big setback for the OPS faction. We have Varshini, who continues to be with us. Varshini, if you can put this into context for us quickly, how many leaders are really on side of the EPS faction?
Definitely, yes, Samiksha. If you see, the AIADMK party is all about the General Council and the members. Any decision in the party would be taken by the General Council members entirely. And this General Council meeting that decided the fate of the party happened on July 11th. And that exactly is why both the factions are fighting out for a proper acceptance and validation of that particular July 11 General Council meeting. And if you see, there are almost 2,600 plus General Council members who are currently a part of the AIADMK, and almost 2,400 plus General Council members are in favor of Edapadi K. Palanichami. And if you see, these 2,400 plus count is very important for Edapadi K. Palanichami to make sure they are intact and they are in support of him to make carry forward with the party. And if you if we have to be even more precise, there are 66 MLAs of the AIADMK who won in the recent state assembly elections of 2021, and out of the 66, almost 62 MLAs are in favor of Edapadi K. Palanichami. These four being OPS and OPS himself and two other supporters of him. And if you see about the MPs, there are 6 MPs who belong to the AIADMK party in the parliament, and out of the 6, 4 people are in favor of EPS, and the remaining 2 is one OPS's son himself. Therefore, if you see, this is definitely a very big support that has been pouring in for EPS right from the beginning, the single leadership issue.
அதாவது இந்த வரலாற்று மிக்க இந்த சிறப்பு ஒரு தொண்டர்களால் நாங்கள் எதிர்பார்க்கப்பட்ட ஒன்றுதான். ஆனால்
All right, so the visuals there on your screens right now of the OPS, in fact, the EPS camp that is seen celebrating after the Supreme Court verdict that has now upheld the order of the Madras High Court. Remember, it was an interim order that was passed by the Madras High Court, which has now, of course, been upheld by the Supreme Court. With this, the ex-Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, EPS, remains remains the boss of the AIADMK. He has regained the full control of the AIADMK. With this, the order has come as a big setback for the OPS faction, and like Varshini was telling us, 66 MLAs to be precise are on side of the EPS, whereas 4 leaders are on side of OPS camp. So that's of course the latest that is coming in. Varshini, if you can give us a sense as to what can we really expect the changes within the AIADMK in the days to come.
Samiksha, if you see, after the July 11 General Council, Edappadi K. Palaniswamy was made the interim General Secretary with the support of the General Council members. But according to the bylaws of the AIADMK party, if somebody has to become the General Secretary of the party, they have to go through a internal party election, and the votes of all the General Council members and the Executive Council members are very crucial for somebody to become the General Secretary of the party, and that election will be soon held is what is being expected, because obviously after this General Council meeting there has been so many issues, and both EPS faction and OPS faction had to fight it out really hard in the courts in the country. Therefore, now that it has been validated, Edappadi K. Palaniswamy will immediately conduct an internal party election, and he will be he will be elected as the General Secretary of the party, therefore giving him the powers of the entire single leadership of the party in the upcoming days. So that would be the first thing that can be expected to happen in the AIADMK party, making sure that he is the rightful General Secretary of the party, not interim anymore. Therefore, that could be expected as a first change. Later on, the party, O. Pannirselvam also held several positions apart from the coordinator. He also held positions of treasurer and other important executive committee leadership, etc. So these kind of positions have interimly filled by several other leaders, and there will be steps taken to make sure that these other leaders who are holding positions in the party now interimly will also be made permanent until the next term ends. Therefore, these kind of party positioning, the party leaders who are given important positions in the party will be sorted out in the upcoming days is what we can expect. And now that this party leadership issue is over, we can also expect that Edappadi K. Palaniswamy will be getting down in full swing to be the opposition party that the state of Tamil Nadu has been lacking for a lot of days, and the state of Tamil Nadu did not have the leading opposition party rise out and come out for a really long time. So this is high time that Edappadi K. Palaniswamy, now becoming the General Secretary of the party, should come out and start his proper works and proper functioning as the leading opposition party. And that is what we can expect from the AIADMK party under the single leadership of Edappadi K. Palaniswamy moving forward.
Yes, Varshini, stay with us while we give our viewers a sense of the visuals that are playing out on the screens right now. You can see the supporters of EPS very elated, completely, in fact, very elated and euphoric, seen celebrating. In fact, not just this, they are even seen pouring milk at that banner of EPS. So yes, 66 MLAs are on side of OPS and 4 MLAs are on side of OPS. We have Kowai Satyan joining us of the AIADMK. Firstly, congratulations, the Supreme Court upholding the interim order that was passed by the Madras High Court. How do you view this order? And two, what changes can we expect within the AIADMK in the days to come?
The party is all set to get its third General Secretary. Interim General Secretary, Edappadi at EPS, is all the way to become the General Secretary of the party. And this verdict has indeed given the much needed clarity. And it's a slap on the face of DMK and the traitors of the party joining hands to split this party through all backdoor and illegal means. And this verdict has really brought in a much more clarity, and the camp is jubilant. 1.5 crore cadres of Jubilee, and they are celebrating across Tamil Nadu.
All right, appreciate you speaking
And
to us.
OPS,
Yes, please complete your
will
point.
be allowing like VK Singha, who has filed a case in the civil court and waiting for 6-7 years. And OPS will be alive along with Shashikala in disputes in judiciary, not in public.
All right, Mr. Satyan, I appreciate you speaking to us. So, Kawai Satyan of the AIADMK saying that the Supreme Court order has given a much needed clarity to the AIADMK. The visuals, of course, on your screens where you see the supporters of EPS elated, seen pouring milk at that banner of EPS. All right, to another news break coming in, this one of the fresh video we've accessed of Sukesh Chandrasekhar. Inside the jail, you can see that that's in fact the CCTV that we've accessed of Sukesh Chandrasekhar while he is lodged in the jail in a money laundering case. Remember, this is a 100 crore, in fact, scam that amounts to crores of rupees. For which he's lodged in the jail. The visuals there on your screens is the CCTV that we've accessed from inside the jail where you can see him weeping. We'll try and go across to Piyush Ohri as well to get us more details and tell us exactly what we can what we can see in those CCTV visuals that we've accessed. But of course, the visuals there on your screens right now of conman Sukesh Chandrasekhar. So the visuals there on your screens right now of Sukesh Chandrasekhar while he's inside the jail lodged in a money laundering case, 200 crore scam for which he's lodged in the Tihar jail. So of course the visuals there on your screens right now where you can see conman Sukesh Chandrasekhar in the jail. So the visuals there on your screens right now in which he's seen in a distressed mode. We'll try and get more details on this, but for now, slipping into a very short break.
The announcement has been done, and there you can see the sloganing, Zindabad, Zindabad slogans which has been raised inside the house. And Shelly Oberoi, I can see Shelly Oberoi there. She's showing the victory sign again. I can see clearly the victory sign which is being shown by Atishi and Shelly Oberoi.
Showing you the visuals from the Mahapanchayat which has been called in the Hathin, and this very district falls under the Noor, the Mewar district. Clearly see the visuals, and not only VHP but other right-wing group members, villagers, all are joining this Mahapanchayat. Huge gathering could be seen of people who are supporting and backing the accused who have been named by the Rajasthan police in the FIR of the Bhavani killing.
The announcement has been done, and there you can see the sloganing, Zindabad, Zindabad slogans which has been raised inside the house. And Shelly Oberoi, I can see Shelly Oberoi there. She's showing the victory sign again. I can see clearly the victory sign which is being shown by Atishi and Shelly Oberoi.
Showing you the visuals from the Mahapanchayat which has been called in the Hathin, and this very district falls under the Noor, the Mewar district. Clearly see the visuals, and not only VHP but other right-wing group members, villagers, all are joining this Mahapanchayat. Huge gathering could be seen of people who are supporting and backing the accused who have been named by the Rajasthan police in the FIR of the Bhavani killing.
The announcement has been done, and there you can see the sloganing, Zindabad, Zindabad slogans which has been raised inside the house. And Shelly Oberoi, I can see Shelly Oberoi there. She's showing the victory sign again. I can see clearly the victory sign which is being shown by Atishi and Shelly Oberoi.
Showing you the visuals from the Mahapanchayat Jasmine Call in the Hathin, and this very district falls under the Noor, the Mewar district. Clearly see the visuals, and not only VHP but other right-wing group members, villagers, all are joining this Mahapanchayat. Huge gathering could be seen of people who are supporting and backing the accused who have been named by the Rajasthan police in the FIR of the Bhavani killing.
The announcement has been done, and there you can see the sloganing Zindabad Zindabad slogans which has been raised inside the house. And Shelly Oberoi, I can see Shelly Oberoi there, she's showing the victory sign again. I can see clearly the victory sign which is being shown by Atishi and Shelly Oberoi.
Showing you the visuals from the Mahapanchayat Jasmine Call in the Hathin, and this very district falls under the Noor, the Mewar district. Clearly see the visuals, and not only VHP but other right-wing group members, villagers, all are joining this Mahapanchayat. Huge gathering could be seen of people who are supporting and backing the accused who have been named by the Rajasthan police in the FIR of the Bhavani killing.
The announcement has been done, and there you can see the sloganing Zindabad Zindabad.
All right, cutting across to these visuals that are coming in that we've accessed of conman Sukesh Chandrasekhar inside the Tihar jail. In the visuals that we've accessed from inside the Tihar jail, where he is seen weeping in front of the jailer. Now, remember he's lodged in the Tihar jail in a money laundering case which amounts to 200 crore rupees. He's in fact a prime accused in this 200 crore case for which he's been lodged inside the Tihar jail. The visuals right now are on your screens where he's seen crying in front of the jailer. Also remember the fresh charges that have been levelled against Sukesh Chandrasekhar pertain to 3.5 crore that Malvinder Singh's wife has alleged to have paid conman Sukesh Chandrasekhar after she was conned. That this money would be used to bail her husband out. So remember another fresh case that was lodged against conman Sukesh Chandrasekhar just very recently. The visuals right now on your screens are from Tihar jail where he's seen weeping in front of the jailer. He was earlier also arrested by the ED in a PMLA case, a money laundering case, where he is alleged to have duped Aditi Singh, the wife of Malvinder Singh's brother Shivinder Singh. We slip into a very short break for now, but on the other side, we'll get you the latest from the national capital, where face-off continues between the BJP and the Aam Aadmi Party over the ruckus that was seen inside the Civic Centre in Delhi. Also coming up on the other side, yet another loyalist dumps Vadra Congress, launches a scathing attack.
Showing you the visuals from the Mahapanchayat Jasmine Call in the Hathin, and this very district falls under the Noor, the Mewar district. Clearly see the visuals, and not only VHP but other right-wing group members, villagers, all are joining this Mahapanchayat. Huge gathering could be seen of people who are supporting and backing the accused who have been named by the Rajasthan police in the FIR of the Bhavani killing.
The announcement has been done, and there you can see the sloganing Zindabad Zindabad slogans which has been raised inside the house. And Shelly Oberoi, I can see Shelly Oberoi there, she's showing the victory sign again. I can see clearly the victory sign which is being shown by Atishi and Shelly Oberoi.
Showing you the visuals from the Mahapanchayat Jasmine Call in the Hathin, and this very district falls under the Noor, the Mewar district. Clearly see the visuals, and not only VHP but other right-wing group members, villagers, all are joining this Mahapanchayat. Huge gathering could be seen of people who are supporting and backing the accused who have been named by the Rajasthan police in the FIR of the Bhavani killing.
The announcement has been done, and there you can see the sloganing Zindabad Zindabad slogans which has been raised inside the house. And Shelly Oberoi, I can see Shelly Oberoi there, she's showing the victory sign again. I can see clearly the victory sign which is being shown by Atishi and Shelly Oberoi.
Showing you the visuals from the Mahapanchayat Jasmine Call in the Hathin, and this very district falls under the Noor, the Mewar district. Clearly see the visuals, and not only VHP but other right-wing group members, villagers, all are joining this Mahapanchayat. Huge gathering could be seen of people who are supporting and backing the accused who have been named by the Rajasthan police in the FIR of the Bhavani killing.
The announcement has been done, and there you can see the sloganing Zindabad Zindabad slogans which have been raised inside the house. And Shelly Oberoi, I can see Shelly Oberoi there, she's showing the victory sign again. I can see clearly the victory sign which is being shown by Atishi and Shelly Oberoi.
Showing you the visuals from the Mahapanchayat Jasmine Call in the Hathin, and this very district falls under the Noor, the Mewar district. Clearly see the visuals, and not only VHP but other right-wing group members, villagers, all are joining this Mahapanchayat. Huge gathering could be seen of people who are supporting and backing the accused who have been named by the Rajasthan police in the FIR of the Bhavani killing.
The announcement has been done, and there you can see the sloganing Zindabad Zindabad slogans which have been raised inside the house. And Shelly Oberoi, I can see Shelly Oberoi there, she's showing the victory sign again. I can see clearly the victory sign which is being shown by Atishi and Shelly Oberoi.
Showing you the visuals from the Mahapanchayat Jasmine Call in the Hathin, and this
Now, the MCD proceedings are adjourned for the 13th time amidst the ruckus. The national capital. Is this what you voted for? Ballot bow and podium throw. Councillors exchange blows. Ugly scenes play out in the Civic House. Complete chaos at the MCD house, but the Aam Aadmi Party and the BJP blame game continues to rage on. Yet another loyalist dumps the Vadra Congress, launches a scathing attack. The top court puts an end to the AIADMK leadership debate. EPS to remain interim general secretary.
ग्रीन हाइड्रोजन मिशन के माध्यम से भारत हर साल 5 MMT ग्रीन हाइड्रोजन के प्रोडक्शन का लक्ष्य लेकर चल रहा है.
And big green push in the budget. The Prime Minister says the move will benefit the generations to come. Good morning and thank you very much for staying with us on Republic TV. This is Live and Breaking. I'm Nupur Talwar Suri. Straight on to news that we are getting from Delhi right now, where there has been another raid on Sukesh Chandrasekhar inside the jail where he's staying. Now, pictures on your screen are of a video that Republic TV has accessed. It is what appears to be a big raid that was conducted on Sukesh Chandrasekhar in the Mandoli jail. We are learning that Gucci slippers worth about 1.5 lakh rupees and 2 pieces of clothing worth 80,000 rupees were recovered from Sukesh's cell in Mandoli jail. Now, CCTV footage also shows that Sukesh was stunned when the jailer Deepak Sharma and Jai Singh raided his cell with the CRPF. So that's that is all the stuff that has been taken out from the jail cell of Sukesh Chandrasekhar. There you can see it that these people appear to be coming in to his jail cell. Now, what we are learning is that in this raid, there was there were certain things that were confiscated. These included luxury goods, worth a large amount of money. Piyush Ohri is joining us on the broadcast. He has more on this. Piyush, tell us more in terms of what's happened.
So yes, Nupur, there was a raid that was conducted at the jail ward of Sukesh Chandrasekhar by Delhi police officials after it came to the notice of the Delhi officials that there were some very expensive items which was being kept in store by Sukesh Chandrasekhar, and which was kept in store by Sukesh Chandrasekhar. And following this, the Delhi police officials have been able to seize some very luxurious items that was kept in store by Sukesh Chandrasekhar. Now, this is another jolt to Sukesh Chandrasekhar. Earlier also in the jail authorities, it was revealed that Sukesh was in connivance with certain jail officials in which, he was able to get in touch with several other people outside through mobile phones. So yes, following this, there was a raid that was conducted at Sukesh Chandrasekhar, and the Delhi police officials have been able to seize certain luxurious items from Sukesh Chandrasekhar. But yes, some very dramatic scenes can also be witnessed that following this raid, he was seen weeping in front of the Delhi police officials and again tries to plead his innocence. Back to the studio.
Right, do stay with us. We're going to come back to you in just a bit, Piyush. But as Piyush is pointing out, of course, this appears to be a massive raid that has been conducted on Sukesh Chandrasekhar. Do remember that there have been allegations of him running a conman racket from inside the jail as well. And in these particular raids, we are told that were conducted by the jailer Deepak Sharma and Jai Singh, who raided his cell along with the CRPF. Luxury goods have been seized. Piyush, of course, is bringing us more details. Now, Piyush, any clarification yet as to what all was seized from inside his prison cell? Piyush, if you can hear me, any clarifications in terms of what all was seized from his jail cell? We are learning that luxury items were seized.
So yes, Nupur, as I told you that what the Delhi police officials have been able to recover from Sukesh is his pair of luxurious jeans, which he had kept in, and also along with it some luxurious Gucci shoe wear. So these are certain items that have been seized by the Delhi police. It is also going to be revealed further that were there some more items, some very sensitive items which were there in store of Sukesh, which also include monetary items. So all this is going to be revealed to us further by the Delhi police official sources. But yes, so far as what we have been told is that there were certain luxurious items that were in store of Sukesh Chandrasekhar within the jail ward complex, and this has been seized by the Delhi police official following the raid. Back to the studio.
Now, also what I wanted to understand, Piyush, is that what is the limit on the kind of items that under trials can keep with them in the prison cell? Now, just to give our viewers an overview of, the illegalities involved in this.
So, Nupur, this is something which, you have raised a very pertinent question. Ideally, you should not keep any of these luxurious items within the jail. But what we have been seeing earlier also in case of Sukesh is that, he has been in connivance with several officials in Tihar as well as in Mandoli. In fact, prior to this, there were also certain officials in jail complex that were suspended because they were in connivance with Sukesh and helping him to get in touch with several other people outside through mobile phones. So yes, what has been shocking is that despite knowing such irregularities that has been happening with Sukesh within the jail complex, these cases continue to happen. And this raid by the Delhi police officials has once again raised several irregularities that is happening within the jail complex in context with Sukesh Chandrasekhar. Back to you in the studio.
All right. So as you're pointing out, of course, there appears to be several types of irregularities that are in place now. You are telling us, of course, that he was raided by the jailer Deepak Sharma along with others in this. So are the police also looking at who perhaps could be conniving with him to allow him to bring these luxurious items into the prison cell?
Well, Nupur, you can definitely understand that a person, a con man who has his interest all over the country, keeping such luxurious items, and that too in a very sensitive jail complex, cannot be made possible without the connivance of other jail officials. Now, yes, this raid has been conducted. Certain luxurious items have been seized. What action now would be taken by the Delhi police officials on those who have been conniving with him and making him keep these luxurious items? Only time will tell. But so far, as what we have been told is that action has been taken on Sukesh Chandrasekhar following this raid, and we could see the dramatic images of him weeping in front of the jail officials who raided him. But now only time will tell that what further action will be taken on Sukesh Chandrasekhar and also those officials who knew about him keeping such items within the jail complex and thereby conniving with him to make such criminal irregularities within the jail complex. Back to you in the studio.
All right, so pictures on your screen right now are of the raid that was conducted by these jail officials on Sukesh Chandrasekhar. We are given to understand that a large number of, at least some luxury items were seized from his jail cell. These amounted to quite a bit of money, and Piyush Ohri is of course bringing us the latest on that. We are of course awaiting further action on this. All right, Piyush, if I could come back to you now. Piyush, in cases like this one, what is the usual practice that is followed after the raid? And also, if you can give us some background into how many raids have earlier been conducted against him.
So, Nupur, as what we know is that prior to this also, there were certain raids that were conducted on Sukesh Chandrasekhar following the deeds, and in that, there was some action that was taken against certain jail officials within Tihar, in which it was known that they were conniving with Sukesh Chandrasekhar in having him keep the mobile phones through which he was getting in touch with several other people outside. In fact, let me just tell you that he was able to con Shivinder Singh, the Ranbaxy founder's wife, while he was in jail. So these are some very shocking details that had come to fore. Following this, yes, he was shifted to Mandoli jail because the police wanted to keep a check on him and the police wanted to take some action and keep a check on Sukesh Chandra's activities. But now, after this raid has been conducted and the police has been able to seize some luxurious items along with some money from Sukesh Chandrasekhar, it will be interesting to see that what action will be taken not only on Sukesh Chandrasekhar but also on those officials who knew about probably that Sukesh Chandrasekhar had been keeping this luxurious items. And
stay with us. Stay with us, Piyush. I'm going to come back to you. Sunil Gupta, the former chief PRO of Tihar Jail, is joining us on the broadcast. Mr. Gupta, thank you for speaking to us on Republic TV. Mr. Gupta, this is yet another raid that has been conducted on Sukesh Chandrasekhar. We are told that luxury items worth a lot of money have been found. Now, for our viewers, can you explain to us what under trials essentially are allowed to keep within their jail premises, within their jail cells, and also that obviously, all of this could not have happened without the connivance of other jail authorities?
Yes. You see, if an under trial or convict, they are only allowed to keep bare minimum necessity of the life. Like they are allowed to keep 3 sets of underclothes and then 3 sets of shirts and pant. Because under trial is not required to wear the prison uniform, so they can keep their private clothing which Sukesh is keeping. But having the expensive item, like you are having expensive watch, money, you are having these expensive jeans, expensive chapel. So this is prohibited under the rules. And when these are caught by someone either from the outside of the jail, by the police action or by the headquarter action or by the superintendent jail action, normally in such cases, the punishment is put up before the superintendent jail and he is the competent authority to grant punishment. And he can punish the Sukesh Chandrasekhar by withdrawing the privileges which have been granted to him, like TV facility, like canteen facilities, like interview facilities. This could be temporarily withdrawn by the superintendent jail as a mode of punishment in such cases. And apparently, you see, when he is having such expensive articles, they can't go inside the jail without the connivance of the prison staff. There must be connivance, and they must inquire into how this, who has committed this connivance, and accordingly, they should also punish the prison staff.
Now, Mr. Gupta, also, isn't there seem to be a systemic problem, because he was in Tihar jail and he was making these phone calls and still running a con show from there. And now, he's shifted to the Mandoli jail, and still that continues in a sense because he's allowed to get all these expensive articles into prison.
You see, I have spent around 35 years as a supervisory officer of the jail. This happened whenever many people are coming to the prison. This happened with every prisoner, with every jail superintendent. Basically, when somebody is much money, very rich, they try to buy this stuff. At a occasion, by the system, this is at least proved by his action. And so he is committing these repeated violations.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you very much for joining us on this broadcast. Sir, and thank you for explaining to us what happened. So that was the former chief PRO over there of the Tihar jail telling us that obviously there are irregularities that are being are happening at the Mandoli jail as well. Now moving on, the Prime Minister Narendra Modi addressed the first post-budget webinar on green growth today at 10 this morning. The Prime Minister said that the webinar focuses on aspects relating to green growth in this year's budget.
2014 के बाद से भारत में जितने भी बजट आए हैं, उनमें एक पैटर्न रहा है। पैटर्न ये है कि हमारी सरकार का हर बजट वर्तमान चुनौतियों के समाधान के साथ ही न्यू एज रिफॉर्म्स को आगे बढ़ाता रहा है। ग्रीन ग्रोथ और एनर्जी ट्रांजिशन के लिए भारत की रणनीति के 3 मुख्य स्तंभ रहे हैं। पहला, रिन्यूएबल एनर्जी का प्रोडक्शन बढ़ाना। दूसरा, अपनी अर्थव्यवस्था में फोसिल फ्यूल का इस्तेमाल कम करना। और तीसरा, देश के अंदर गैस बेस्ड इकोनॉमी के तरफ तेज गति से आगे बढ़ना। इसी रणनीति के तहत चाहे इथेनॉल ब्लेंडिंग हो, पीएम कुसुम योजना हो, सोलर मैन्युफैक्चरिंग के लिए इंसेंटिव देना हो, रूफटॉप सोलर स्कीम हो, कोल गैसिफिकेशन हो, बैटरी स्टोरेज हो, बीते वर्षों के बजट में अनेक महत्वपूर्ण घोषणाएं हुई हैं। इस साल के बजट में भी इंडस्ट्री के लिए ग्रीन क्रेडिट्स हैं, तो किसानों के लिए पीएम प्रणाम योजना है। इसमें गांवों के लिए गोवर्धन योजना है, तो शहरी क्षेत्रों के लिए व्हीकल स्क्रैपिंग पॉलिसी है। इसमें ग्रीन हाइड्रोजन पर बल है, तो वेटलैंड कंजर्वेशन पर भी उतना ही फोकस है। ग्रीन ग्रोथ को लेकर इस साल के बजट में जो प्रावधान किए गए हैं, वो एक तरह से हमारी भावी पीढ़ी के उज्जवल भविष्य का शिलान्यास है। फ्रेंड्स, भारत रिन्यूएबल एनर्जी रिसोर्सेज में जितना कमांडिंग पोजीशन में होगा, उतना ही बड़ा बदलाव वो पूरे विश्व में ला सकता है।
The top sports news this morning. Australians are one step away from making their 7th consecutive T20 World Cup final, but standing in their way is India, the only team to have beaten them in the 20-over format in the past 23 months. The remarkable career of James Anderson continues to reach new heights as the England quick overtook Australia captain Pat Cummins and India spinner Ravichandran Ashwin to become the #1 ranked bowler on the latest MRF Tyres ICC Men's Test rankings. Reacting to Virat Kohli breaking Sachin Tendulkar's staggering world record, the former India opener Gautam Gambhir has said that the USP of Kohli is that he has been equally successful in all conditions. After going unbeaten in the group stages, both England and Australia finished top of their pools, with India and South Africa making up the final 2 spots. Adidas is all set to take over as the kit sponsors for the Indian cricket team. Reports say that the sports goods giant will take over from Killer in June in a 5-year deal. Adidas is all set to take over as kit sponsors. Carlos Alcaraz was sidelined for 4 months with a leg muscle injury and returned to the tour last week at the Argentina Open, where he dropped only 1 set en route to his first title since his Grand Slam breakthrough in the US Open last year. He said that he doesn't feel pressure to topple Djokovic from the top, but has set it as a key goal for 2023. Novak Djokovic on Wednesday said that he was hoping for a positive outcome shortly, having applied for a special permission to enter the United States to compete the ATP Masters 1000 events in India, Wales and Miami to begin next month. Djokovic added that he would return to the ATP Tour in Dubai next week after winning a record-extending 10th Australian Open title in his 22nd Grand Slam last month. Barcelona will face the best Manchester United team for many years in the second leg of the European League knockout round tie at Old Trafford. The La Liga leaders coach Xavi Hernandez has said on Wednesday, after fighting back to earn the 2-2 draw with the Premier League side in a pulsating game at Camp Nou. Xavi said that he believes that his team will need to be at their best on Thursday to advance to the last 16. Everton and Liverpool were fined by the Football Association on Wednesday for failing to control their players following a mass confrontation during the Merseyside derby earlier this month. Both clubs admitted their failure to ensure that their players and benches conducted themselves in an orderly fashion and refrained from provocative behaviour, the FA said in a statement.
आपको सजा भुगतनी पड़ेगी। कब तक बचेंगे? अभी तो शराब घोटाला है, उसमें आपको अंदर जाना है। दोस्तों, आज ये प्रचंड प्रदर्शन हो रहा है और अभी जो खबरें आ रही हैं, पूरी दिल्ली के चारों ओर हमारी बसें जो है वो आ रही हैं और बसों के कारण ही इतना ट्रैफिक जो है इधर जाम हो रहा है। तो दोस्तों, हमने आज प्रचंड प्रदर्शन करना है और आप आदमी के कार्यालय में इतना इन्हीं शब्दों के साथ मैं अपनी वाणी को विराम देता हूं। जय हिंद, जय भारत।
All right, so pictures on your screen are of a protest that are taking place. This is the BJP that is protesting against the Aam Aadmi Party. Do remember that there's been absolute mayhem and chaos in the MCD House over the past 2 days. In fact, the House was adjourned this morning for the 17th time and will be reconvening, I think, tomorrow now. Now, the Aam Aadmi Party and the BJP have essentially had the latest face-off over the election to about 6 councillors to the standing committee.
इस्तीफा दो, इस्तीफा दो। धन्यवाद। मनीष सिसोदिया इस्तीफा दो। तेरी तानाशाही, जासूसी कांड में दिल्ली सरकार से खर्च किया हुआ पैसा केजरीवाल ने महरौली जिले के जिलाध्यक्ष नरेश वसीम जी से आग्रह करूंगा कि संक्षेप में हम सबको संबोधित करें। सम्मानित मंच और आप सभी भाजपा के
So the BJP, of course, over there continuing to protest against the Aam Aadmi Party. The BJP on its part, of course, says that the AAP is to be blamed for the ruckus inside the MCD house.
इंक्वायरी शुरू हुई और अब उसके ऊपर उन्होंने अपने लोगों को इन कार्य में लगाया और सरकारी पैसे का दुरुपयोग किया।
And still to come, Eknath Shinde is to chair a key meeting today.
Has been done, and there you can see the sloganeering Zindabad Zindabad slogans which have been raised inside the house. And Shelly Oberoi, I can see Shelly Oberoi there, she's showing the victory sign again. I can see clearly the victory sign which is being shown by Atishi and Shelly Oberoi.
Showing you the visuals from the Maha Panchayat which has been called in the Hatheen, and this very district falls under the Noor, the Mewat district. Clearly see the visuals, and not only VHP but other right-wing group members, villagers, all are joining this Maha Panchayat. Huge gathering could be seen of people who are supporting and backing the accused who have been named by the Rajasthan police in the FIR of the Bhavani killing.
Announcement has been done, and there you can see the sloganeering Zindabad Zindabad slogans which have been raised inside the house. And Shelly Oberoi, I can see Shelly Oberoi there, she's showing the victory sign again. I can see clearly the victory sign which is being shown by Atishi and Shelly Oberoi.
Showing you the visuals from the Maha Panchayat which has been called in the Hatheen, and this very district falls under the Noor, the Mewat district. Clearly see the visuals, and not only VHP but other right-wing group members, villagers, all are joining this Maha Panchayat. Huge gathering could be seen of people who are supporting and backing the accused who have been named by the Rajasthan police in the FIR of the Bhavani killing.
Announcement has been done, and there you can see the sloganeering Zindabad Zindabad slogans which have been raised inside the house. And Shelly Oberoi, I can see Shelly Oberoi there, she's showing the victory sign again. I can see clearly the victory sign which is being shown by Atishi and Shelly Oberoi.
Showing you the visuals from the Maha Panchayat which has been called in the Hatheen, and this very district falls under the Noor, the Mewat district. Clearly see the visuals, and not only VHP but other right-wing group members, villagers, all are joining this Maha Panchayat. Huge gathering could be seen of people who are supporting and backing the accused who have been named by the Rajasthan police in the FIR of the Bhavani killing.
Announcement has been done, and there you can see the sloganeering Zindabad Zindabad slogans which have been raised inside the house. And Shelly Oberoi, I can see Shelly Oberoi there, she's showing the victory sign again. I can see clearly the victory sign which is being shown by Atishi and Shelly Oberoi.
Showing you the visuals from the Maha Panchayat which has been called in the Hatheen, and this very district falls under the Noor, the
Good afternoon and welcome. You're watching live and breaking on Republic TV. I'm Nupur Talwar Suri. A look at the top headlines we're tracking here on Republic. MCD proceedings are adjourned for the 13th time amidst the ruckus in the national capital. Is this what you voted for? Ballot blow and podium throw. Councillors exchange blows. Ugly scenes play out in the civil house. It's complete chaos at the MCD house, but the Aam Aadmi Party and the BJP blame game continues to rage on. Yet another loyalist dumps the Congress, launches a scathing attack. The top court puts an end to the AIADMK leadership debate. EPS is to remain the interim general secretary.
नेशनल ग्रीन हाइड्रोजन मिशन के माध्यम से भारत हर साल 5 MMT ग्रीन हाइड्रोजन के प्रोडक्शन का लक्ष्य लेकर चल रहा है.
And it is a big green energy push in the budget. The Prime Minister says the move will benefit generations to come. Well, it is a big setback to OPS as the Supreme Court has confirmed the order of the Madras High Court Division Bench, which allowed Edapi Palaniswamy to continue as the interim general secretary of the party. Now, do remember that earlier there was an order that was passed by the Madras High Court, and that is the order that has been upheld now by the Supreme Court. So essentially, the Supreme Court has upheld the order which had allowed Edappadi Palaniswamy to continue as the interim general secretary of the AIADMK. The Supreme Court has rejected O. Paneerselvam's plea challenging the Madras High Court Division Bench order earlier on. Now, this of course will come as a huge relief for OPS obviously, and will also set the path forward for the AIADMK. Varshini, give us more details about the kind of reactions that are coming into this order from the Supreme Court. Now, obviously, the leadership tussle will appear to have been settled with this order now.
Well, absolutely, yes, Nupur, that is exactly is the situation prevailing here. EPS faction is celebrating their big win today. They are, very determined. They were very determined on getting this single leadership, and now we can see that this single leadership has been obtained by Edappadi Palaniswamy's faction. And since this July 11 General Council, that was happened where a lot of bylaws were, where a lot of bylaws were amended, where a lot of, resolutions were passed. That is exactly what is being upheld, that is being validated, and that exactly is the biggest win for Edappadi Palaniswamy in AIADMK headquarters. Right now, we can see how much, the cadres and the functionaries are happy. When we spoke to the former minister, D. Jayakumar, he also mentioned about how this was supposed to happen, this is meant to happen, and that is exactly has taken place now. You can see all these visuals where we can see that all the setup is getting ready for the biggest welcome back for Edappadi Palaniswamy as the General Secretary in the AIADMK office. Therefore, AIADMK is definitely now under the hands of Edappadi Palaniswamy, and they...
Video that has been tweeted by the BJP. Now, according to this video, the BJP has alleged that the Aam Aadmi Party in fact broke the ballot box. Now, do remember that in the ensuing chaos yesterday, there were very unruly scenes that we witnessed in the MCD house, and one of the allegations essentially was that the ballot box was manhandled by people from the BJP, but the BJP has hit back now and has released this video. All right, let's also go across to Piyush Mishra, who's reporting live on this now. Piyush, this is a video that's been released by the BJP. Now, they seem to suggest that it was actually the AAP that broke the ballot box. But the fact of the matter also is, Piyush, that both parties are equally responsible right now of the ruckus that we see in the MCD house. I mean, it was no holds barred yesterday.
Well, certainly, remember that House ran for more than 24 hours since yesterday when the House had reconvened for the fourth time. We saw it started with the massive ruckus which took place there inside the House. Now the video has been tweeted by Delhi BJP where they have said that how Aam Aadmi Party councillor had slapped one of the BJP councillors, and they did not stop there. In fact, we also saw the pictures of exchanging brawls. We saw pictures of the councillors getting in one-to-one scuffle. In fact, the paper was thrown from one corner to another corner. Fruits were thrown, bottles were thrown at each other. So unruly scenes have been seen there inside the House. And now what we are given to understand is that a war of words has begun. Both the parties are now blaming each other for the kind of ruckus which reported yesterday, which we saw there inside the House. What we're now learning is that BJP is going to do a massive protest there against the mayor, Shelly Oberoi. In fact, Shelly Oberoi has come out and said that it was BJP's mayor, BJP's councillor Rekha Gupta and BJP's councillor Amit Nagpal who were involved into not only throwing the podium but also tearing the ballot papers. We have spoken to both the individuals where they are now saying that they should not be held responsible for this, as it was the Aam Aadmi Party councillors who were doing that. So we have seen the kind of unruly behavior, war of words, and also one-to-one scuffle taking place. Both the parties are now blaming each other. Yesterday, Arvind Kejriwal also came out and tweeted the tweet which was done by Shelly Oberoi, where she claimed that she was attacked by BJP councillors. We'll have to wait and watch how tomorrow's House is going to function. Tomorrow at 10 a.m. the House has again been called in. It has been adjourned until 10 a.m. tomorrow.
Right.
We can expect elections to take place of standing committee. What is the entire problem is about? Let us tell to viewers that why there is a ruckus taking place. In fact, what BJP is saying that they want to have a peaceful elections of the standing committee of members, but Aam Aadmi Party is saying that it's the BJP which is trying
Piyush,
to...
if you can hear me, just do stay with us. We're going to come back to you, but we are going to go across to pictures that we are getting now from the national capital.
आपको क्या जरूरत पड़ी एक अलग से सीक्रेट सर्विस एजेंसी डेवलप करने की? आपने 2016 में उसका बजट 1 करोड़ सैंक्शन किया। ये भाजपा नहीं कह रही है, कागज कह रहे हैं, डॉक्यूमेंट कह रहे हैं। और आपने उससे एसयूवी गाड़ी खरीदी, आपने उससे मोटरसाइकिल खरीदी, आपने उससे डेटा एंट्री ऑपरेटर बैठाए, आपने उससे
सारे आरोप है आपके पास, इसके पेपर है आपके पास।
मैं डॉक्यूमेंट पे देने को तैयार हूँ। सीबीआई ने जो अब उनके खिलाफ जो सेक्शन 17A के तहत केस किया है, उन्होंने यही तो कहा है कि जब आपने एलजी को नहीं बताया जिनके अंडर लॉ एंड ऑर्डर आता है, आपने कैसे एक इंडिपेंडेंट कोवर्ट एजेंसी बना ली जो सब पर जासूसी करेगी? आपने रिटायर्ड ऑफिसर्स थी उसमें भर्ती।
ठीक है, मतलब कि उन्होंने ज्यादातर जो है वो सिर्फ जासूसी की है, इससे आप लोग का यही कहना है। लेकिन एक बात और, एफबीयू का जो गठन वो 2015 में होता है, अब 2023 आ चुका है, अब जाकर के मुद्दा गरमा रहा है। आम आदमी पार्टी कह रही है कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी अगर पहले से जानती थी तो मुद्दा उठाया क्यों नहीं?
मुद्दा उठाया नहीं, जब ये जानकारी नहीं थी। इन्होंने ये जो बनाई थी वो अलग कमेटी करके बनाई थी, लेकिन उसका जो रीजन था ना, जासूसी करना था, उसका रीजन ये हमें बाद में पता लगा। जैसे हमें पता लगा हमने इस पर आवाज उठाई। हमारा हक बनता है, अगर हम अब इस टाइम हम समझ लो अपोजिशन में है तो हमारा राइट बनता है कि हमें हर मुद्दा उठाए। एक जासूसी कांड का पूरा हिसाब है, अपने विधायकों से लेकर अपने काउंसिलर से लेकर हमारे सारे अफसरों के, और जो जज है जो जुडिशली में आता है उस चीज को भी ये सोच रहे कितना बड़ा गंभीर अपराध।
होम मिनिस्ट्री ने भी अब इजाजत दे दी है सीबीआई को, तो ऐसे में क्या सच अब सामने आने वाला है, ऐसा मानते हैं?
जब सीबीआई को केस दिया जाता है उसका मतलब ये है कि दूध का दूध और पानी का पानी कर देना है, क्योंकि इससे बहुत लोगों की भावनाओं को आहत हुई है। क्योंकि उन्हें सोचना चाहिए कि जो एक संविधानिक पद पे बैठे हुए हैं अफसर, उन लोगों की आप जासूसी करवाना है, ये बहुत सोचने की बात है।
बिल्कुल, और ऐसे में ये सारे जो पोस्टर है, तमाम पोस्टर वो भी हम आपको दिखाते हैं कि केजरीवाल सरकार विपक्षी पार्टियों की जासूसी बंद करे।
अब हो सकता है कि विजय गोयल जी का भी मोबाइल रिकॉर्ड कर रहा हो, मेरा भी कर रहा हो।
It of course appears to be a war of words between the Aam Aadmi Party and the BJP over there. Both parties blaming each other for the kind of ruckus that we have seen in the Civic House in Delhi. We are also bringing you more news right now about the fact that Arvind Kejriwal's personal assistant is being questioned even as we speak. Now we're going to get our viewers more details on this one in just a bit, but do remember that there has been a considerable amount of trouble for the Aam Aadmi Party. Just yesterday, of course, we saw that over the special unit that had been formed by the Delhi government to essentially oversee the vigilance department that is already there in the Delhi government. Prosecution was allowed by the LG. So we don't know that what this questioning of Arvind Kejriwal's personal assistant is about, but we'll try and get more details in just a bit. We are told that this is in the Liquorgate case and the questioning has already begun. Do remember that the Aam Aadmi Party is being investigated in the Liquorgate case by the CBI as well as the Enforcement Directorate. In fact, there are two parallel inquiries that are running and this questioning is being done by the ED. Is what the information we are getting at this point in time. The questioning has begun now. The Aam Aadmi Party leader Jasmine Shah has also been called for questioning in Liquorgate. I'm going to try and go across to Shravan Sen. We'll just go across to him in a bit, but this is about Liquorgate, and do remember that there are two parallel investigations that are being carried out. One, of course, is by the Enforcement Directorate and the other is by the CBI. There have been some arrests which have already been made, particularly the last one, of course, was made from Hyderabad, where a CA of K. Kavata was arrested. Now, there are others also, of course, who are being questioned in the Liquorgate case. Now, the big question that is being asked about this is that if there was nothing wrong with the policy, why was it turned back by the Delhi government? Why was it first implemented and suddenly removed? So that is the one big question that the Aam Aadmi Party has so far not been able to answer. Do you remember? Right. We are going to go, try and get you more details on this fresh round of questioning that is happening, but let's listen into some reactions.
को लेकर के क्या कहेंगे?
ये अली बाबा 40 चोर की सरकार है। मुख्य सरगना इसमें केजरीवाल और मनीष सिसोदिया हैं। पैसे का लेन देन उन्होंने अपने पीए और रिश्तेदारों के माध्यम से कराया और जो शराब के जो व्यवसायी थे, प्राइवेट जो शराब का जो काम करते थे, उन्होंने जैसे ही उन पर कब्जा सीबीआई ने किया, उन्होंने सारी तोते की तरह बता दिया कि कितने करोड़ रुपया उन्होंने मनीष सिसोदिया और केजरीवाल को दिए, जिसका उपयोग गोवा के इलेक्शन में किया गया 100 करोड़ रुपए का। ये तो सारा खुलासा हो ही गया। अब तो आप देखते चलो।
आप नेता जो जैस्मिन शाह हैं, उनको भी बुलाया गया है पूछताछ के लिए?
बिल्कुल, उनको बुलाया गया है और सीधी बात यह है कि अली बाबा 40 चोर, जैसे अली बाबा पकड़ेंगे 40 चोर तो अपने आप ही सामने आके बोलना शुरू कर देंगे। तो अब मनीष सिसोदिया इसका सरगना है आबकारी नीति का, और अभी जैसे कि अभी खबर आई है कि वो पीए को पकड़ा गया, केजरीवाल को, उनको पूछताछ के लिए बुलाया गया है, तो ये तो होना ही है।
यानी कि आम आदमी पार्टी जो है, आप कहना चाह रही कि पूरी तरीके से भ्रष्ट पार्टी है?
आम आदमी पार्टी धोखेबाज, बरगलाने वाली, दिल्ली की जनता की बद्दुआएं खाने वाली एक झूठी पार्टी है।
तो देखिए, आपको चारों तरफ की ये तस्वीरें भी दिखाते हैं जहां पर ये जो पोस्टर बैनर है लेकर के निकले हुए हैं, और केजरीवाल तेरी तानाशाही नहीं चलेगी कि यहाँ पर नारे लग रहे हैं। आप यहाँ पर सांसद मनोज तिवारी को भी सुन सकते हैं, जो साफ तौर पर ये कह रहे हैं कि हम कानूनी प्रक्रिया के तहत आगे बढ़ रहे हैं और हम रुकने वाले नहीं है। केजरीवाल सरकार विपक्षी पार्टियों की जासूसी करवाती है और इसे बंद करे, इस तरीके के नारे यहाँ पर लगाए जा रहे हैं कि फीडबैक के नाम पर आपके जासूस काम पर।
All right, so protests, of course, have now broken out outside the BJP headquarters. These are against the Aam Aadmi Party. Now, I do remember that both parties have been having a face-off since yesterday in the MCD house. But even as all of this is continuing, we are also learning that Arvind Kejriwal's personal assistant is being questioned in Liquorgate. The Aam Aadmi Party leader Jasmine Shah has also been called for questioning in Liquorgate. All right, Arvind Kejriwal's PA, of course, is being questioned, and I think we've got Shravan right now with us to explain to us what's happening. Shravan, good afternoon. Tell us more about this questioning that is on even as we speak. Currently, we are told that not just Arvind Kejriwal's personal assistant, but also the Aam Aadmi Party leader Jasmine Shah is being questioned. All right, we seem to have lost that audio connection with Shravan. We'll get him back in just a bit. But the ED heat on the Aam Aadmi Party continues.
इसमें घोटाला करा उन्होंने, अब ये नया एक वो लेके आए, इसमें भी घोटाला है, तो वो बचने वाले नहीं है, चाहे आबकारी नीति हो चाहे इसका संगठन हो।
तो देखिए यहाँ पर जो भी कार्यकर्ता मौजूद है वो लगातार यही कह रहे हैं कि यहाँ पर जो आम आदमी पार्टी वो पूरी तरीके से भ्रष्ट है। आम आदमी पार्टी को लेकर के लगातार ये सवाल उठ रहे हैं कि पहले आबकारी विभाग में घोटाला और उसके बाद अब ये विजिलेंस विभाग में भी इसी तरीके की।
डेफिनेटली एसीबी और एंटी करप्शन ब्यूरो होने के बावजूद आपको एक एफबीयू की क्यों जरूरत पड़ी? फीडबैक यूनिट कैबिनेट से नोट लेकर आपने उसको संचालित किया और कहीं ना कहीं उसका जो पर्पस है वो दूसरा है और गृह मंत्रालय ने उस पर कल एफआईआर की है और सीबीआई को जांच सौंपी है। तो मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि इट्स अ वेरी शेमफुल एक्ट बाय आम पार्टी टू स्टूप पीपल to scare people to run the government and that is very बहुत ही ज्यादा ये शर्मनाक है। कहीं ना कहीं ऐसा लगता है कि अरविंद केजरीवाल की सरकार एक तरह से संशय की सरकार हो गई है। दिल्ली के लोगों को विश्वास नहीं है और एक नेशनल पार्टी,
दिल्ली की जनता आम आदमी पार्टी के हाथों में सेफ है या नहीं? आम आदमी पार्टी को लेकर के दिल्ली की जनता के मन में बस यही संशय बना हुआ फिलहाल।
मुझे लगता है कि जब ब्यूरोक्रेसी और बाकी विपक्ष के नेताओं की स्नूपिंग कराने के स्तर पे एक पार्टी गिर जाए तो उसकी जांच भी होनी चाहिए और उसको दिल्ली की जनता खारिज भी करे।
Well, in fact, Shravan Sen is now joining us live from our newsroom on the broadcast. Shravan, Arvind Kejriwal's close aide being questioned in Liquorgate. Are we now seeing new twists in this case?
Well, in fact, this comes close to the heels of Manish Sisodia being questioned by the Central Bureau of Investigation. As far as the Enforcement Directorate is concerned, they are essentially looking at those who were in touch with the liquor traders, number one. Second, they are also looking at those who perhaps actually benefited from the quid pro quo. That is exactly why right now Arvind Kejriwal's personal assistant has also been questioned by the Enforcement Directorate. As we speak, the questioning is already underway is what we are picking up. Apart from that, we can also confirm that a fresh set of summons have also been sent to Aam Aadmi Party leader Jasmine Shah. What is not known at this point in time is perhaps what is the role that the Enforcement Directorate is looking at as far as Jasmine Shah is concerned. And with regards to the personal assistant of Arvind Kejriwal is concerned, they are looking at those who were perhaps aware of certain meetings that took place at Kejriwal's residence. If you take a look at the charge sheet that has been filed by the Enforcement Director, there is a mention of the fact that certain bureaucrats were actually called to the Chief Minister's residence. In fact, the allegation that has been levelled against the Deputy Chief Minister is the fact that a prepared draft of the excise policy was actually handed over to the bureaucrat to actually follow this particular excise policy which was supposed to be implemented, which essentially indicates that this was already pre-decided what the excise policy would look like. And more importantly, it turns out that there were actually inputs that were given by the liquor traders while drafting the excise policy. Remember, all of this are allegations that have been levelled by the Enforcement Directorate. These are the they say that this is the evidence that they have gathered after questioning several of the liquor traders who were actually not only questioned but also some of them were already arrested. And they have actually admitted during the questioning that they have been able to give inputs as to how exactly the draft policy would look like. And more importantly, it is this policy was drafted in a manner which would have only benefited a certain section a cartel, and that is the allegation that was actually leveled by the Vigilance Department, that the current excise policy that was drafted by the Aam Aadmi Party government was only leading to cartelization.
Right, absolutely. So as Shravan Sen is pointing out, of course, the ED essentially is questioning people they believe could have benefited from the quid pro quo. But Shravan, apart from that, also give us a sense largely of where this probe right now is. Now, of course, there are two parallel investigations that are still being conducted, but give us more details about these investigations.
Well, in fact, the first FIR was actually registered by the Central Bureau of Investigation after that nod that was given by the Lieutenant Governor. Important to point out here is that the Vigilance Department came across certain discrepancies in the excise policy. In fact, it leveled a direct allegation against the Excise Department, which was basically being manned by the Deputy Chief Minister, Manish Sisodia. The allegation being that certain players were benefiting from the excise policy, leading to large-scale losses to the public exchequer. Now, in one line, that's the allegation that has been leveled against the excise department at that point in time. It finally led to the Aam Aadmi Party government withdrawing the excise policy. Remember, in the FIR that was registered by the Central Bureau of Investigation, Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia happens to be accused number one. Along with him, 14 others were actually named, including those who benefited from the excise policy, some of the companies that were given the licenses. The allegation once again being that these were large players, and these large players ensured that smaller players did not benefit from the excise policy, and it led to windfall profit for certain companies. And these companies, once again, the allegation that has been leveled by both the agencies were those who were providing kickbacks to the Aam Aadmi Party. If you take a look at the charge sheet that has been filed so far, the Enforcement Directorate makes a sensational allegation. That being that the kickback that was received by the Aam Aadmi Party from these very traders, from these liquor companies, it was actually being funneled for election campaigning. They've taken a specific name of the election campaigning that took place in the state of Goa, where Aam Aadmi Party was contesting. In fact, they say 70 lakh rupees was received by the Aam Aadmi Party, which was in the form of bribe, and they say that this was the proceeds of crime. So far, the Enforcement Directorate hasn't questioned Manish Sisodia. Multiple arrests have already taken place, but Manish Sisodia hasn't been examined by the Enforcement Directorate even once. He has been examined, but that is by the Central Bureau of Investigation. In fact, a second set of summons have been sent out. He's been asked to appear before the Central Bureau of Investigation this Sunday. But before that happens, you already have the Enforcement Directorate now stepping in. It does appear that the investigation has reached the doorsteps of the Chief Minister's office, with the personal assistant of Arvind Kejriwal, Webber, already being questioned by the Enforcement Directorate. And apart from that, another Aam Aadmi Party leader, that is Jasmine Shah, has also been summoned by the Enforcement Directorate.
Now, Shravan, it's extremely interesting what you're saying, because, we've heard the BJP say time and again that it was not possible for a scam like this one to essentially have happened without the knowledge of the Chief Minister. And now we see, in all practical sense of the word, the probe actually reaching the doorstep of the Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal. So, in terms of the scale of this scam, how do you see it going forward?
Well, let's make this abundantly clear. Underline the aspect that so far Arvind Kejriwal has, not been named as an accused in this particular case. He hasn't been summoned. He hasn't been questioned. Yes, his name does appear in the charge sheet, but that too in the form of certain bureaucrats who were examined by the Enforcement Directorate. They had taken the name of Arvind Kejriwal. It is important that the Enforcement Directorate, perhaps corroborates the statement that has been given by certain bureaucrats. It's only in passing that Arvind Kejriwal's name actually figures in this particular charge sheet. But of course, it raises some, concerns, given the fact that in this charge sheet that has been filed by the Enforcement Directorate, one of those who were examined in this case has actually taken the name of the Chief Minister. In fact, he goes on to say that there was a FaceTime call that was made by Arvind Kejriwal to one of the accused, and he essentially said that Vijay Nair, who was the communication strategist of the Aam Aadmi Party, he was being introduced by Arvind Kejriwal as his boy, quote unquote, as his boy. And the fact that everything basically goes through Vijay Nair himself. Now that is exactly what was alleged in the charge sheet that has been filed so far. Thereafter, there hasn't been any mention with regards to whether at all they have any sort of concrete evidence to suggest that the Chief Minister is responsible, or the Chief Minister was essentially aware of what was actually going. Allegations have also been levelled by the Bharatiya Janata Party. But as far as the Deputy Chief Minister is concerned, yes, they have provided a substantial amount of evidence with regards to the decisions that were actually taken, right from the fact that the group of ministers, chairing that particular meeting and the excise policy being drafted, and thereafter the minutes of the meeting, essentially indicating that this was, backdated. All of that basically raises some very uncomfortable questions for the Deputy Chief Minister. But as far as the Chief Minister is concerned,
stay
barring
with us,
the fact that
Shravan, stay with us. I'm afraid I'll have to interrupt you there. We'll come back to you. Manjinder Singh Sirsa from the BJP on the phone line with us. Mr. Sirsa, good afternoon. Mr. Sirsa, how do you see the fact that a close aide of Arvind Kejriwal is now being questioned by the Enforcement Directorate in the Liquorgate scam?
उसको तो इन्वेस्टिगेट होना जरूरी है. रीजन बीइंग अरविंद केजरीवाल एज द चीफ मिनिस्टर, उन्होंने एक हाई पावर कमेटी की 3 मेंबर्स की, जिसमें जैन, जिसमें मनीष सिसोदिया और जो मिनिस्टर, तीनों ने ये पॉलिसी को बनाया. इस पॉलिसी को बनाकर 2% से 12% कमीशन की जो होलसेलर्स थे, जिनको काम भी अरविंद केजरीवाल ने अपने साइन से दिया, जिसमें कोई ऑप्शन नहीं थी, और ऐसे लोगों ने 2,500 करोड़ रुपया एक आदमी ने कमाया और 8,000 करोड़ रुपया दिल्ली की सरकार को राजस्व में नुकसान हुआ. अरविंद केजरीवाल की नॉलेज के बिना ये संभव नहीं था कि विजय नायर जो है एक सरकारी बंगले में, वो भी जो एक मिनिस्ट्रियल हाउस है उसमें रहे. ये संभव ही नहीं है मुख्यमंत्री के बिना, और मुख्यमंत्री की नॉलेज के बिना ये संभव नहीं है कि 2% से 12% कमीशन हो जाए और स्टेट को 8,000 करोड़ का नुकसान हो, अरविंद केजरीवाल सोए रहे. ऐसा तो नहीं है कि वो नींद में थे, उनको पता नहीं था. तो इसलिए सारे पैसे के लेन देन में अरविंद केजरीवाल ही मेन आदमी है. जब गोवा में वो पैसे बांट रहे थे इलेक्शन में, तो अरविंद केजरीवाल ही बांट रहे थे, उनको पता था ये पैसा शराब का आ रहा है. जब पंजाब के चुनाव में वो पैसा बांट रहे थे, उनको पता था ये पैसा कहाँ से आ रहा है. जब वो गुजरात में जाके पैसा बांट रहे थे, उनको पता था ये पैसा कहाँ से आ रहा है. इसलिए मेरा ख्याल अरविंद केजरीवाल के जो पीए हैं, वही नहीं, अरविंद केजरीवाल को भी बुलाकर उनसे भी पूछताछ होनी चाहिए. दिल्ली के लोगों का 8,000 करोड़ रुपया जो है इन लोगों ने गबन किया है. They are answerable to the people of Delhi and to the law of this country.
Right, Mr. Sirsa, appreciate you speaking to us on Republic TV. So the BJP over there saying that the Aam Aadmi Party and its convener need to answer questions. I'm going to go back to Shravan on this one. Now, Shravan, it's not just, Liquorgate. The other thing that's now being investigated, of course, is Snoopgate. And all right, we don't have Shravan right now, but there are 2 separate cases that are now being investigated against the Aam Aadmi Party. Now, do remember that in Snoopgate as well, of course, there is considerable trouble for the Aam Aadmi Party. Yesterday, the LG did give prosecution permission to the CBI in this particular case. Now, you are watching Republic TV. We will be slipping into a very short break. On the other side, we bring you more news, and here is what we are getting for you. It's yet another loyalist that has dumped the Congress party. He's launched a scathing attack as well.
Amity has been ranked India's #1 not-for-profit private university for 10 years, with top 10 ranked institutions in management, engineering, biotech, law, masscom, telecom, hospitality, fashion and more. Yet another top ranking for Amity University.
Showing you the the visuals from the Mahapanchayat Jasmine Call in the Hatheen, and this very district falls under the Noor, the Mewat district. Clearly see the visuals, and not only VHP but other right-wing group members, villagers, all are joining this Mahapanchayat. Huge gathering could be seen of people who are supporting and backing the accused who have been named by the Rajasthan police in the FIR of the Bhavani killing.
Announcement had been done, and there you can see the sloganing Zindabad Zindabad slogans which have been raised inside the house. And Shelly Oberoi, I can see Shelly Oberoi there, she's showing the victory sign again. I can see clearly the victory sign which is being shown by Atishi and Shelly Oberoi.
Showing you the visuals from the Mahapanchayat Jasmine Call in the Hatheen, and this very district falls under the Noor, the Mewat district. Clearly see the visuals, and not only VHP but other right-wing group members, villagers, all are joining this Mahapanchayat. Huge gathering could be seen of people who are supporting and backing the accused who have been named by the Rajasthan police in the FIR of the Bhavani killing.
Announcement had been done, and there you can see the sloganing Zindabad Zindabad slogans which have been raised inside the house. And Shelly Oberoi, I can see Shelly Oberoi there, she's showing the victory sign again. I can see clearly the victory sign which is being shown by Atishi and Shelly Oberoi.
Showing you the visuals from the Mahapanchayat Jasmine Call in the Hatheen, and this very district falls under the Noor, the Mewat district. Clearly see the visuals, and not only VHP but other right-wing group members, villagers, all are joining this Mahapanchayat. Huge gathering could be seen of people who are supporting and backing the accused who have been named by the Rajasthan police in the FIR of the Bhavani killing.
Announcement had been done, and there you can see the sloganing Zindabad Zindabad slogans which have been raised inside the house. And Shelly Oberoi, I can see Shelly Oberoi there, she's showing the victory sign again. I can see clearly the victory sign which is being shown by Atishi and Shelly Oberoi.
Showing you the visuals from the Mahapanchayat Jasmine Call in the Hatheen, and this very district falls under the Noor, the Mewat district. Clearly see the visuals, and not only VHP but other right-wing group members, villagers, all are joining this Mahapanchayat. Huge gathering could be seen of people who are supporting and backing the accused who have been named by the Rajasthan police in the FIR of the Bhavani killing.
Announcement had been done, and there you can see the sloganing Zindabad Zindabad slogans which have been raised inside the house. And Shelly Oberoi, I can see Shelly Oberoi there, she's showing the victory sign again. I can see clearly the victory sign which is being shown by Atishi and Shelly Oberoi.
Showing you the visuals from the Mahapanchayat Jasmine Call in the Hatheen, and this very district falls under the Noor, the Mewat district. Clearly see the visuals, and not only VHP but
Top headlines at 12:30 from Liquorgate to Snoopgate, mega political showdown in the national capital. Liquorgate haunts the Aam Aadmi Party. Delhi Chief Minister's close aide being questioned by the Enforcement Directorate. AAP and BJP blame game continues over the late-night ugly face-off in the Delhi Civic House. Yet another loyalist dumps Vadra Congress now. CR Keswan dumps the party, launches scathing attack. Top court puts an end to AIADMK leadership debate. EPS to remain interim general secretary. Thanks for staying tuned. We are live and breaking. I'm Samiksha Srivastava, straight up cutting across to the live visuals coming in from the national capital, where the Delhi BJP is staging a protest against the Aam Aadmi Party, particularly against the Delhi Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia, the BJP workers who've gathered there in large numbers staging a protest against Manish Sisodia. Harsha is joining us live from the location. Harsha, give us a sense as to what is happening on the ground. We can see a massive show of strength by the BJP workers demanding action against the Deputy Chief Minister of the National Capital.
Exactly, Samisha. High voltage drama unfolds at the ITO outside Andhra School as BJP workers and karyakartas are trying to push and cross the barricade and do the gherav of Aam Aadmi Party office. As you can see, the visuals, the karyakartas are continuously trying to go on the other side of the road. High voltage drama could clearly be seen, and this drama doesn't stop. As from past few weeks, the BJP has been demanding CBI probe against Deputy CM Manish Sisodia in the snooping gate, the FBO unit which was set by Aam Aadmi Party-led Delhi government in 2015, and BJP has been alleging that Aam Aadmi Party government have set up a committee of 38 people to keep an eye on the MP and MLAs of the opposition. As you can clearly see, now they are in scuffle with the Delhi police. As you see the visuals over here, some of the karyakartas have gone up on the barricade, and the police officials, the CRPF who have been deployed here, are continuously trying that the karyakartas should not go on the other side of the road. Karyakartas are continuously trying. The massive drama could clearly be seen. The karyakartas warned that the CBI probe should be done against Manish Sisodia in the snooping gate of the FPU unit, and also action should be taken against Arvind Kejriwal too, who's the Delhi CM. As you see, the show of his strength could be seen on the roads of national capital, and just 500 meters ahead there's Aam Aadmi Party office, Aam Aadmi Party Karyalay, and a march from Andhra School to Aam Aadmi Party office was decided by BJP karyakartas, and the flags, massive karyakartas, the crowd gathered over here could be seen. We are continuously trying to speak to some of the karyakartas. We'll also try to speak. Sir, आप लोग की डिमांड क्या है इस पूरे मामले में?
कुछ नहीं, हमारा कोई विवाद नहीं।
आप लोग तो चाहते हैं कि सीबीआई इंक्वायरी हो,
केजरीवाल इस्तीफा दे, बस हम ये चाहते हैं।
So we will also show you now that the barricades have been pushed, and finally karyakartas have just pushed all the barricades, and they are in a scuffle with the Delhi police who have been deployed here. Full heightened security could be seen, but barricades have been pushed, and they want to cross this entire barricade to go to Aam Aadmi Party office. The massive show of strength could be seen here at the ITO road, and the flags which BJP have taken as a demanding action against Deputy CM Manish Sisodia. Now that Home Ministry has also given the sanction to prosecute Deputy CM Manish Sisodia in the FPU snooping. So now what have been demanding is that CBI probe should be done. These are the visuals which are showing you the sloganeering continues. The female and male karyakartas both have already indulged in the scuffle with the police and continuously trying to cross the barricade. Sir, आप लोग की डिमांड क्या है?
ऐसा है जी, इसकी अरेस्ट होनी चाहिए। मनीष सिसोदिया एक बहुत बड़ा दिल्ली गवर्नमेंट का एक भ्रष्टाचार, आम आदमी पार्टी का ये डिप्टी सीएम बनता है, ये बहुत बड़ा भ्रष्टाचारी और घूसखोर है। ये देश में बहुत बड़ा एक आने वाले उपद्रव पार्टी है जो कि जनता के हित में काम नहीं करती, जनता के विरोध में काम करती है। आज ये ऐसे घोटाले से कोई उजागर करने के लिए भारतीय जनता पार्टी के कार्यकर्ता एकत्रित हुए।
तो मैम, ये कहा जाए कि आप लोग आम आदमी पार्टी का घेराव करने के लिए यहाँ पहुँचे?
हम उसके ऑफिस में जाएंगे, क्योंकि इस्तीफा तो हम लेके रहेंगे। मनीष सिसोदिया ने जो भी ये गंदे काम करे हैं, जो गंदी राजनीति करी है, हमें हमारी एक ही डिमांड है, आप इस
All right, we're cutting across to the visuals coming in right now from the Delhi airport, where the Congress is staging a protest after what we're given to understand is Pawan Khera was allegedly deplaned by the Assam police. Now, this is what the Congress is claiming at this point in time. that Pawan Khera was deplaned by the Assam police. We are yet to get a statement from the Assam police as to what really transpired. But the Congress there alleging that Pawan Khera was deplaned. And of course, Congress workers there who gathered at the Delhi, outside the Delhi airport in large numbers, staging a protest for what they allege that Pawan Khera was deplaned. And of course, also claiming that the involvement of Assam police is there after Pawan Khera was allegedly deplaned. In fact, a tweet that has also been put out by Randeep Singh Surjewala, where he says, and I quote, "All of us with Congress colleagues, we are going to Raipur, we were going to Raipur for the convention by flight 6E204. Our leader Pawan Khera got off the plane and now Assam police has come. What kind of dictatorship is this? Law and order is not the arbitrariness of one man. We are all soldiers of truth. We shall fight for the truth." Well, that's what the Congress is claiming at this point in time, that Pawan Khera was deplaned and that there was involvement on part of the Assam police. Yet to get an official statement from the Delhi airport or the Assam police on the allegations there being made by the Congress party saying that Pawan Khera was allegedly deplaned. So this is what the Congress is alleging at this point, is saying that they were stopped from going to Raipur. Now this is for the plenary session of the Congress, which is being organized, a 3-day event being organized in Chhattisgarh, Raipur, for which the Congress leaders were leaving for Raipur. Congress there making a claim that how Pawan Khera was allegedly deplaned and that there was an involvement of the Assam police. So the visuals there on your screens right now coming in from outside the Delhi airport, where the Congress leaders are present, staging a protest. Of course, there's a lot of sloganeering happening at this point after what the Congress claims that Pawan Khera was deplaned while the Congress leaders were en route Raipur. So Congress, they're claiming that they were going to Raipur to attend the plenary session of the Congress, and also alleging that Pawan Khera was deplaned and saying that there is involvement of the Assam police. In fact, the soundbite that has also come in from the Congress leader, Pawan Khera, let's listen into what he has to say.
मुझे कहा गया आपका सामान दिखवाना है, मैंने कहा मेरे पास कोई सामान है ही नहीं, हैंडबैग है, तो मैंने इस बार आप आइए। नीचे आया तो कहा कि आप नहीं जा सकते, अभी डीसीपी आएंगे आपसे मिलने। मुझे खुद नहीं मालूम, पिछले 20 मिनट से डीसीपी की इंतजार कर रहे हैं। क्या नियम है, क्या कानून है, क्यों मुझे रोका जा रहा है, मुझे नहीं मालूम। ऐसे एयरपोर्ट पे बिना किसी वजह के तो रोकना बड़ा मुश्किल होता है, जब तक मुझे तो नहीं समझ में आ रहा। प्लीज सर, इंतजार ही कर रहा हूँ डीसीपी साहब की आ जाए फिर।
All right, so there you heard the Congress leader making that allegation that he was stopped from going to Raipur and that he was deplaned by the authorities. Yet to get an official statement from the Delhi airport or the Assam police for that matter, as the Congress is making that big claim that there is the involvement of Assam police in this. Congress also there staging a protest present in large numbers on the IGI tarmac. All right, so as you can hear, anti-Modi slogans also being chanted by the Congress leaders who are present outside the Delhi airport. Just to give a background to what is a recap of what we know so far, Congress leader there claiming that Pawan Khera was allegedly deplaned while he was going to Raipur.
साथ नहीं है, लेकिन हम पुलिस की मनमानी नहीं मानेंगे। जो बैरिकेड टूटते रहेगा, सब तोड़ेंगे इस बैरिकेड को। सभी कार्यकर्ता इस बैरिकेड को तोड़े। मैं पुलिस के कर्मियों के लोगों, चलो भैया आगे चलो, आगे बढ़े तो ये पुलिस की मनमानी को हम देख लेंगे। दिल्ली पुलिस हो कार्यकर्ता आगे बढ़ो, पुलिस वाले से आगे बढ़ो, चलो आगे चलो, चलो खोलो इनको। सभी कार्यकर्ताओं से अनुरोध है कि संघर्ष में शामिल हो जाए सारे। सभी कार्यकर्ता आगे बढ़ो, सभी कार्यकर्ता जाएंगे उस तरफ।
So, a complete showdown there in the national capital, a high voltage drama. As you can see, several of those workers who are trying to cross over the barricades. Meanwhile, security has also been heightened at this location where the BJP workers are staging a protest against the Delhi Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia. Remember, this comes a day after the MHA gave its nod to prosecute the Delhi Deputy Chief Minister under the Prevention of Corruption Act in the FBU snooping case. Harsha, of course, continues to be with us, reporting live from the location where the BJP is staging a protest. Harsha, take it away. Give us the details of what are the demands of the BJP at this point.
Exactly, Samisha, the dramatic visuals and the high voltage drama unfolds at national capital because BJP karyakartas and leaders are demanding that action should be taken against Manish Sisodia. CBI probe in this FPU unit setup should be done against Manish Sisodia. In fact, Kejriwal action against Delhi CM should also be taken. This is what they are demanding, and they have managed to somehow bring down one of the barricades as they want to cross the first layer of the barricading. We are continuously showing you the visuals, and not only this, BJP karyakartas indulge in a scuffle and brawl with the police officials as well. The security has been heightened. Sir, आप लोग की डिमांड क्या है? आप लोग डिमांड क्या करें? क्योंकि FBU को लेकर के लंबे समय से दिल्ली बीजेपी कार्यकर्ता सड़कों पर है, प्रदर्शन कर रहे हैं।
देखिएगा, हमारी मांग बहुत सिंपल है कि जो भी आदमी इस सब कृत्य के पीछे लिप्त पाया जा रहा है, जिसका नाम है मनीष सिसोदिया, उसको इस्तीफा देना पड़ेगा। इससे पहले कि जांच एजेंसीज उसको बर्खास्त करने की रिकमेंडेशन दें। अगर उसके अंदर की अंतरात्मा जिंदा है तो आज भी समय है इस्तीफा दे दिया जाए, क्योंकि पॉलिटिकल स्नूपिंग करने के लिए दिल्ली की जनता उनको चुन के नहीं लेके आई।